And tonight, we're going to talk about how to be successful in life. We've talked about this subject matter before, but then again, there's a question of what is success? And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. We're going to get into that as well. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Into it tonight. It's going to be an exciting adventure. Make sure you have your pen, pads, and papers ready because you never know what information you can use to help you become successful, especially if you figure out what makes what you're doing a success. That is the first part of this plan. But first, let me know if you received the YouTube notification and saw the trailer. That would be greatly appreciated. And share the video. Bring some friends along for the ride and let them know we have live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let them know I drop videos generally 4, maybe 5 times per week. That's just for starters. And let them know the object of the game is to get information to help you stop struggling now. Not 5 years, not 10 years, but now you can start your journey. That's why every day is a new day. That is the rest of your life. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's see who's in the house tonight. We have Laverne Penix is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he has the icon next to his name. And he brings his tagline this evening. He says, "Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received a notification and the trailer. Thank you so much for that, Laverne Penix. He's number one. And he's also known in these YouTube streets as Mr. Cool. He's here in the house. And once again, greatly appreciate it, Laverne Penix. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend as well. Who else is here? Professors in the house, a.k.a. Auntie Val is known as Professor Auntie Val. She is here with the icon next to her name. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And she brings her tagline and something else along with her. Good evening, fam, with the heart, with the strength, with the support, with the Java, the cup of Joe. It's all going down, ladies and gentlemen. She's got the notification, and I don't know if she saw the trailer, but hopefully she did. And that's 2 people tonight. So can we break the record tonight? Hopefully so. And also, reason why she has the cup of Joe is because how do you be successful in life? Number 1, you make a plan. Number 2, you implement the plan. Number 3, once you implement the plan, you let other people know about the plans that you implemented. And that's the stage we're at right now with Professor Auntie Val's family business, the Beachfront Java. Phase 1, she did the plan. Phase 2, she implemented the plan. Phase 3, she let people know, and she let us know here, and she was kind enough to give us a discount. But that has expired. But never fear, she came out with plan number 3, implementation and making it happen. She came up with plans within a plan. She said, we're going to give SSN family members a 10% discount for life, I believe, which makes that even interesting. But first, you have to order, ladies and gentlemen. And some of you may be saying, Eric, I don't know about this. Well, let me tell you something. When you're talking about premium whole bean coffee, when you're talking about fine ground, when you're talking about drip ground, and it's exotic blends from all over the world, You might want to take a look. And also, they have their own little notes, the salty caramel, the chocolate. Those are just two, for instance. The cinnamon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she started out with like 3 or 4 different blends. Then it went to 6. Now there's way more than that. And she has more than just 1 pound bags. She also has K cups as well. And where do you go for that? Well, everybody that sees this on replay and live, you got to have the live chat on replay if ultimately you see this on replay. In the chat room is the link to Beachfront Java. That's your first order. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to pay normal price, but nothing's wrong with that. You're supporting your friend. You're supporting a fellow SSN Nation member, a fellow entrepreneur, a person that's trying to be successful. So we're going to try and help out a little bit. Everybody needs a little help along the way when you're trying to be successful. You can't do it by yourself. Somebody's going to have to give you help and information. So here we are in the SSN fam. Go show some love. Order your first. Put in the comments or some promo. Put in SSN Nation so then that way she knows you're going to have your 10% off for life. What more can you say, ladies and gentlemen? Makes it nice and simple for everybody. Show some love. All right, she says, wait, what? Smash the like button. I have to agree with that. Smash the likes, fam. Get the likes up so the YouTube algorithm knows that we have some people in the house. Blade as Cona's here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he brings his tagline this evening. Good evening, familia. I got the notification and trailer. That's 3 people. This is great, great news. So now the algorithm is kicking in. And look who else is in the house tonight. Victor Marrero is here with the icon next to his name as well. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he brings his tagline this evening. He says, hello all. Let's do this. And yes, that's what he means. We make it happen. Here we go. Get your pens, get your pads, get a piece of paper, because remember, we started this off. So if you want to be successful, step 1, make a plan. Victor Marrero, he made a plan. Let's see who else. Laverne Penix is here, has made a plan. Professor Antival has made a plan. Damn, we have all the entrepreneurs in the house so far making plans. Blade as Kona, he's already made plans. That's right. You want to be successful, ladies and gentlemen? You have to make a plan and you have to implement it. That's right. And once you implement it, you have to act. You have to go for your dreams and goals. Got to go for it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Victor Marrero, he chimes in with the financial success. He says it takes money to make money. Okay, Victor Marrero goes down the path of the financial success. There's nothing wrong with that. Then be consistent and patient. The higher your initial investment, the quicker you get there. This is very true from a financial aspect. But what if somebody doesn't have money to make money and they can't figure out how to become successful? That is the key right there. Well, we have situations for that as well. And here's some of those situations, because here I am on YouTube right now. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be successful because I have a YouTube channel, because you get monetized after you have 1,000. Well, some places now you can have 500 subscribers on YouTube and get monetized. They've kind of changed it for a few, but it used to be 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours or 4,000 minutes. I can't remember. I think it's 4,000 hours of watch time. Then you get monetized, and then you have to have some subscribers would help. And then people watching your videos would help even more. All right. And you want to stay in a genre. So as you guys know, SSN Nation, we don't stay in a genre because otherwise we wouldn't be talking about how to be successful. But we do. Got to be motivated a little bit. So they say Eric doesn't talk about just motivation, so we're not going to put him in the motivation niche. Then when we start talking about how to start a business and how to keep going, getting an LLC and doing all this, how to starting a trust and all that, and forming your C Corp, LLC and all that, they say, well, wait a minute, Eric talked about motivation over here, so he's not in the niche for that either. Then they go, wait, he's talking about real estate investing. Okay, we can rock with that. But wait, he's talking about Dominican Republic. He's talking about downtown Miami. He's talking about Cancun. Wait, he doesn't have a niche. What are we going to do? We're going to do nothing. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be successful, then you're going to have to stick with a certain niche. So then every video that you upload, the algorithm, because it's AI, it already tells you, hey, it's talking about real estate. So we're going to send it out to real estate people. Or, hey, it's motivational all the time. So we're just going to send it out to motivational people. Or, hey, he talks about credit all the time. So we're going to kick it off to credit people. All this stuff that they do at SSN Nation, trying to help people with all different angles, we don't have an algorithm for that. Well, it's okay. We still love everyone here. So come on in, join us, because we have something for everybody. There is not one size fits all around here. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. And here's what Victor Marrero said earlier, just to give a recap. And look who else is in the house. Another successful person is here, entrepreneur, real estate investors in the house. Mo Better, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he too has the icon next to his name. And he says his tagline, what's up, SSN Nation? What's up, E? All good with me. Hopefully you had a great weekend. And we in the building. That's right. Everybody's in the building. SSN Nation. You got to be the CEO of my life. And by the way, you can always get this gear at stopstrugglingnow.com. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Mo Better. Very, very nice to see you. And did anybody, seeing how Mo Better's here, Victor Marrero's here, Laverne Penix is here, Blade Alcone is here, Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool is here. In case you guys don't know, I dropped a video earlier today, and it's going down like the most beautiful plan in the world. The Dominican Republic. How did you be successful in life? Plan, ladies and gentlemen. Information. If you know the Dominican Republic is breaking records, tourist records, January through June is one record that was broken for everything. We're talking about air traffic record has been broken. Cruise line traffic has been broken. And the 6-month tourist record for both has been broken. Not just 1 month in the month of June, for 6 months record, half the year tourist record for cruise, air. I love it. And then we're going to get to a third record. The month of June, ladies and gentlemen, it went down. 707,000 visitors. Oh, I can't believe it. Can anybody believe this? This is exciting because why? Because you're in front of a freight train. And if you understand supply and demand, you are right in the path of high demand. And if you buy something cheap when it's high demand, let's put it this way. Let's just say you bought a house in 2019 and your interest rate is 2.5. You now find yourself 4 years later where your house has increased in value. It should have increased at least 100%. And you're still rocking with a 2.5% interest rate. When they start reducing interest rates, home prices will start ticking up again. But oh my goodness, this is USA I'm talking about. United States home prices have ticked up because there's little demand. Foreclosures? No. They haven't been released on the market in reality. People saying, I want to go buy a house? There's a few. People willing to give up their 2.53, 3.5, 4% interest rates to buy a house that basically costs the same, they're saying no. So there's hardly any homes for sale. And then we have these billion-dollar under management companies buying up single-family homes and gonna rent them out, rent to own. That is a problem, and therefore the home prices have steadfast. My declaration, Eric says about 8 months ago, maybe 9 months ago, where I was saying after the first half of up until July, August, home prices should be dropping down at least 40, 50, 60%. It has not happened. I've been on the side of the wrong. But then again, remember The Big Short? Everything was happening. Everybody said, what's going on? The home prices aren't going to crash. Same thing. But it was now like a year later before it dropped out. He was off by a year, but he was still right on his assumptions. So I'm going still down the path, but the government has done a great job to avoid. So all I'm trying to get at here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to bust this out on screen because this right here gives you an advantage. And by the way, we have over 50 people here in the SSN Nation that has purchased real pre-construction real estate or just purchased real estate outright and bought a existing condo or villa. Over 50 now. And so that's why this is of importance. You guys see these numbers. Some people were saying, no way, Eric, are they going 7.5 to 8 million this year and breaking the record? Yes, we knew they were going to break the record. We're just trying to figure out, is it going to be 7.85, 7.9, 8.1, 8.2? We don't know. But right now, 707,000 last year. It was 645,000 for the month of June. Another 70,000 this year. Some people last year thought I was losing my mind once again, but once again, this predictions have turned out all right about the Dominican Republic. Here we are, 5.3 tourists, just so everybody can see it on the screen. Just so you can understand, this is not just something I'm pulling out from anywhere. Here it is. The country received 707,283 tourists for everybody on podcast. Do you guys see that right there? Now, how about the air traffic? This is the number we care about. We want to know how many came by air because the 707,000 tourists in the month of June is very nice. But for the first 6 months, we got 4,086,675 tourists by air. You can divide that by 6, and we get 681,000 per month average, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys thought 8.5 million will be probably not away. 8.5 to 9 million in 2024 wasn't going to happen. I know we have skeptics out there, but they're about to do 8 million this year. You don't think they're going to get another 500,000 over the course of a year? I think they will, especially when we know more cruise ships are coming, more flights are coming because of the Open Skies Agreement. More tourists are coming because now people have found them in the Dominican Republic. Best of the best 2023, and they are ranked number 9. So we all know more people are coming in 2024 regardless. We don't have to do anything. TripAdvisor did enough for you. You don't think that's not going to add another million or two? Because some people are going to look at that list and go, wait, we did see London, we did see Paris, we did see Dubai, we saw Rome, we're seeing all these places, Cancun, Playa del Carmen's number 11. We saw all these places, but wait, what do you mean Dominican Republic is in the top 10, number 9? Oh man, we need to go check that place out. A lot of people have already been to, maybe not Dubai, because that's a whole different Middle Eastern situation, but a lot of people have already went to London, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, if that's an 11th. They've been to all these locations. Marrakesh, maybe not so much. But the fact that you're in the top 10 means how many more people is going to come. I predict that could actually turn things into a 2024 scenario where I'm talking 8.5 to 9 mil. That could actually put it into the 9 mil territory. And if we get to 10 mil by 2025, man, the boom is going to be on, because there's a lot of major projects that's going to be open. But anyhow, 4 million tourists by air. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. The cruise passengers, 1.267. That's 1,267,451 cruise passengers. This is incredible. Incredible. All right? You have to understand. This is incredible. And it's going to even be more incredible because what David Collado is talking about is 10 million visitors, including the cruise passengers. And he's probably going to be right. The cruise ships are going to probably do 2 million by themselves. So his 8 million target is doable by air, and his 10 million total, when you add air and cruise, he's probably going to get that. So again, you guys know the significance of it, all you investors in Dominican Republic. Now, here's the other thing. When we make a plan, you have to understand, and if you're new here, the reason why this is significant is because the 4 million by air, Punta Cana Airport has the most tourists. They have 60% of all tourists by air land at Punta Cana Airport. That doesn't mean that everybody stays at Punta Cana. Let's face facts. Just because I land at LAX Airport does not mean I'm going to be staying in Los Angeles. I could be staying in Anaheim, which is 30 to 45 minutes away, depending on the day and time. So that's a little ride away. Or I could be staying at Newport Beach, right? You never know. Or I might be driving an hour and 10 minutes out to Palm Springs. Or I might be going to Big Bear, another hour and 25, 30 minutes up to Big Bear Mountains. Or I might be going to hang out with the Kardashians in Calabasas. So I got to take about another 45 minutes to go out there, right? You never know. But that's the whole point. That's the area. So if you are in the area, that would be wise to be within an area. So therefore, the closer you are to the airport and the better product that you have, meaning people want to actually stay there, when things come online and the best of the best locations, and if it's mentioned somewhere in Punta Cana, that's going to add more people coming. But 60%, ladies and gentlemen, of 4 million, you know the numbers. That's incredible when you think about it, right? So, we're going to have probably 4 million people this year that's going to land at the airport in Punta Cana. It's going to be maybe 5 million. Because if we get 8 million, that'd be 4.8, 4.5. We'll be in that ballpark. That almost gets you to 100,000 visitors per week on average. And can you imagine 125, 150,000 next year? So how to be successful is when you know what's coming. If you start doing research and you find out, hey, there's something happening in Macau, which is 30 minutes, let's say 25 to 30 minutes from the airport. If you know something's happening in La Romana, which is like an hour away, hour and a half away from the airport. If you know they're building something at Cap Cana about 20 minutes away, but it's a 5-star location, you're going, okay, more reasons for people to come, and you put your business there, or you figure out a business that you can put in this area that it doesn't even exist right now, but you know an extra million people are going to be coming next year. And you know an extra 2 million is going to be from 2023 to 2025. You're thinking, I don't even have to search for customers. My cost of acquisition is going to be low because I'm going to be known first. What I mean is, you start your business now, you have a name, visitors come to town, people are reporting on it because we live in a social media world. Now you're there and established. Now when people land at Punta Cana Airport, they're saying, I got to go to this place. I'm going to go check out this place. You're on their list. This is a great place to eat. We've heard from thousands of people leaving TripAdvisor reviews saying this is the spot. You don't have to do anything. That's the goal here, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you become successful right there. All right, let's see what else we got, because I've been on a little rant because of this. And Victor Morel started it all. I'm blaming him because he said it takes money to make money. And he's right. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry, but you do need 10% down. 0% interest, by the way, while you're making your down payment money, while they're developing the project. That could be 2 years. That could be 2.5. That could be 3 years. And you're making your monthly payment 40% or 30% of the overall value during that time. And then on delivery, they're saying we need 50% or 60%. Then you go down and either get a loan or you pay it fully in cash. What's the advantage? 0% interest. Or if you want to buy at Sabana, which is inside Vista Cana project, then you can put down 20% and then they'll do owner financing at 9.7%. So that's an option. And therefore, you don't even need credit at all for that. Win, win, win. Mo Better says, I got the notification and trailer. Smash the like button as well. Thank you so much. That is number 5 tonight that has received a notification and saw the trailer. Victor Morrell chimes in. I've been studying option trading for a month now. Yes, he's been in it. I am ready to jump into the ring. I am enjoying the strategy with highest probability, selling covered calls and puts. My retirement hobby. Okay, Victor Morrell, don't tell me you changed up because I know you're not going to change up, or maybe you are. Remember, you were going to go on your tour because you deserve it after retirement's coming in a few months, and you were going to take the drone and you were going to go do your YouTube, and then you were going to do some pictures with the drone, travel around the world, start your YouTube channel. But now you're saying that you're going to wake up and do calls and puts. Okay. Whatever you love to do, you should do, ladies and gentlemen. And passion does matter. So number 4 on our successful list, or a separate sheet, put number 1, passion as well. If you love something, that makes you get out of bed a lot easier to go do it. You don't even think about it because you're like, oh yeah, let me get to it today. That is how you become successful as well. So think about that. All right. Well, good luck on that, Victor Morrell. Hopefully, because I know you're probably doing the paper trading right now, then you're going to use real money. So you'll have to keep us abreast of the situation. I hate to say it like this, but I'm going to have to say it. Whenever someone says, I want to do this trading and all that, I always say, keep us posted. But just like a gambler, I used to play with gamblers all the time, and you would see them lose money. And then you would say, well, how did you do? Hope, you're trying to grab them from the tables and tell them, hey, man, don't you think you lost enough? But then they'll say, oh, yeah, man, I'm still ahead. And you're sitting there like, I seen you lost like 5-10 G's. I mean, what are we talking about here? In denial. So the part of money management, whether it's gambling, whether it's playing in the stock market, that's money management, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be successful, part of it is money management. Just like when you do a business, you don't want to spend more than you make. That's just the bottom line. You don't want to go out here and get credit because you can get credit because you can't pay it back if you don't make profit. All right. It doesn't work like that. You can't play like the big boys. You can't play like Elon Musk and Zuckerberg and all those guys. You're not going to be able to go say, hey, you know what? I own like $100 billion worth of stock. So what if I can't pay it back? Just give me 20 million on my stock. Okay. And then we'll pay it back or whatever. I mean, you generally don't have that luxury. All right. So if you want to stay successful, you got to do it. Yes, Victor, you are right. But whether you start with the bankroll, which is easier, or without, on which is harder, you just have to start. There we go. Professor Antival starts up with part of number 3, starting up, putting it in the bank, doing what you need to do. But either way, part of being successful is you have to start. And then put in there number 5, which I haven't even written down my own list. Number 5, in fact, maybe I should write down a list to keep on track. All right, I'm going to write down a list. Number 5. After we start, here's the next part. Most people run, and everybody runs through bumps in the road when you're trying to be successful. So the next part is you can't give up either. So we'll do number 5, can't give up. All right. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to continue. The list is going to keep getting longer and longer because we have entrepreneurs in the house giving great advice. Professors here. And she says you have to start. That's part of being successful, ladies and gentlemen. And you can't give up. All right. That is very well said. And here we go. Charles is in the house. Another emerging millionaire real estate investor is here. And he says his tagline. But before we get there, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he has the icon next to his name. And he brings it. I smell money here. Yes, I smell money here as well. And to be successful, here's another one, an entrepreneur. Here's another investor. And you know what? Here's the thing. Let's go with number 6 because George's Charles is in the house. Information, always learning, understanding what your business is and who your competitors are, seeing if you have an advantage against your competitors. George's Charles, this is what he has done when he purchased some real estate. He says, hold on, I'm purchasing it because of advantages against other people, other projects, other condos, other villas. That is how you become successful as well. So we have to think about that, right? You have to think about it. So that's part of being successful as well. You'll have to always be willing to learn. So how about that? Always learn. I'm putting it down myself. I don't have a set list because all of this is inherent when you're an entrepreneur and you have been successful. These things come inherent. You have to always learn. Just because I'm winning right now doesn't mean everything's going to stay the same. All of us who run Airbnb, Love and Life, 2012 to 2017, everything's going great. Then in 2017, some cities, in 2018, some cities were like, hey, you know, we kind of don't like this. We want you to get a license, but we can still let you do it. But now that trimmed off some of the people that would do it because of the license feature. Because now you want to pay to get a license, then you got to keep track and pay us a fee, doing all this crazy. So then people dropped out. But that was minor. And then 2018, 2019 comes, and then there's some cities that just said, we don't even want to allow Airbnb. So all of a sudden it starts being like, okay, no worries. We still all right because in the cities we're doing it, everything's lovely. But then now there's even more cities, states, and counties blocking, banning Airbnbs. So now an Airbnb host can't go around here like a lot of people were taught. We didn't teach this here, who were saying go sublease a condo and then rent it out for Airbnb. Go buy a house and then rent that out for Airbnb. Now they have to take L's because they changed the rules. You got to get a license. You got to pay us our occupancy tax. You got to be quiet after 10 p.m. If we have X amount of complaints, we're going to revoke your license, like in the case of Nevada, for instance. All of that comes into play, and now you have less people in it, but at the same time, a lot of people that were doing it and have now liabilities because they owe that money and they're not doing Airbnbs. And now what's turned into Airbnb rentals have been reduced because of a perceived, well, it's not perceived, 60% of the population in America is living paycheck to paycheck. The people that would probably travel the most in that lower 25 to 35, 40 category, those people, 70% of millennials live paycheck to paycheck. So they ain't riding out nowhere. So that leaves the baby boomers, right? The Gen Zs or X, the ones that's a little older who are retiring, who's able to get around, and those that are up in the top 20% of the income bracket, they're still going to travel. So you have to be in the hot spots. You just can't have any old residential neighborhood real estate anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Got to have a reason to come. All right, Professor Auntie Val, once again, says Victor. Let's see. All right, here we go. I am intrigued, been thinking that direction. Oh, Professor Auntie Val, she likes numbers. She's thinking of going down the path of options, puts, calls, trading. This will be very interesting. Agree, Auntie Val. Have you done option trading before? specifically on the selling covered calls and puts. I've been doing paper trading and realized this can be a premium collection machine. All right, Victor Marrero. All right, I want to hear about this more once you get into the real money play. And we have to have a full disclosure. Again, number 6, always learn. Notice what Victor Marrero is saying here, ladies and gentlemen. You want to be successful? This is part of the plan. Notice what he said. Have you done option trading? He says, specifically on the selling covered calls and puts. I've been doing paper trading, research, development, honing your skills to give you the best outcome. That is what he has been doing. He just didn't jump in there and say, here's my thousands of dollars and let me go try. No, he said, let me understand what I'm doing first before I even start. That means he's taking time. Time, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he's doing. So that is very important. That's part of the success tree for life. Learn crafts, learn information, study. That's what you should be doing. All right, George's Charles and Victor Marrero. I suggest you think or swim platform for TT Ameritrade and paper trade first. Practice before using real money. Yes, George's Charles, he's doing that for sure. Just my opinion. Yes, everybody that does day trading should do paper trading. And in fact, I believe most do, because this is not for the faint at heart. The numbers don't lie. We know Victor Marrero is playing around in a field where 90 to 95% of people messing in that area fail. But there could be a reason. Maybe they're not studying enough. Maybe they're not getting enough education on what to look out for. Maybe they don't understand the graphs that they're looking at. There's all kind of things. It's not as simple as just one or two things. There's about 5 or 6 things involved for you to predict. And then there's some people that take advice from others and they say, pay someone and say, hey, here's our signal for the day. You can do this today. And then you just mimic what they do. There's another place like Debtbox Node that has something called Driven, and they have actual lessons and teachers in the back office, and you can go train with them, and they tell you what to do. Yes, tell you what to do, show you live, so you could actually just go along with them. They're successful traders, apparently. And then that's what people do. They did the paper trading. They go along, see if it's working for a bit. And that does cost, but that's Debtbox Node. They have something. Well, it's IX Global. All right. It's in the back office when you become IX Global member. So that is one of the options. Again, but it's studying, always learning before you even jump in. You have to know the landscape. You have to understand what you're dealing with here. Speaking my language, sir. Back to class for me. That's exactly right. Professor Auntie Val saying it. Class. Exactly. That's what we have to do if you want to be successful. Vanessa Gate is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And she's known here, AKA the Seamless Genius, is here. She's in the house. So if you are watching this, you see what we're discussing here. These are successful people, entrepreneurs from all phases of life. You should ask a question in the chat room. We'll help you. That's what you got to love about the SSN Nation. All right. She brings her tagline tonight. Hey, boss and SSN fam. Happy Monday. Hello to you. Hopefully you had a great weekend, and happy Monday to you. And once again, let me know if you received the YouTube trailer, YouTube notification, and make sure you smash the like button so the YouTube guys know that we're here. And oh, by the way, if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. That would be greatly appreciated. All right. Very nice to see you, Vanessa Gate, with the icon. What's good, sis? Showing some love. Here we go. Victor Marrero says, yes, sir, my paper trading with Tesla and SPY ETF can generate insane passive income, especially when doing more than one contract. You're talking thousands with little effort. All right, Victor Marrero, he's talking about something awesome financially. Vanessa Gate, Auntie Val, busy brainstorming, sis. How are you, queen? All right. Same here. Same here. Coffee, clothing, tea, busy days, busy nights, and I love it. There we go. She loves it, ladies and gentlemen. Started out this new business. It's only been out less than 2 months. It's a startup. That's why you have to go show some love for the startup, and especially since she's a member of the SSN Nation, right? So go over to Beachfront Java, make that first purchase, put in the promo code SSN FAM or something, and then from the next purchase on, after this first purchase, then you get 10% off for life. How awesome is that? Special courtesy of Beachfront Java and Professor Auntie Val. You gotta love it. And she loves it. She's passionate. That's part of the equation as well. Always learning. Don't give up. Being passionate. We were talking about this earlier. If you love what you're doing, then it's not even really like work. In fact, you don't mind spending all day, all night to make it happen. You could spend 16, 17 hours a day and not even feel a thing because that's what you're actually trying to do. That's the beauty of it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. How to be successful in life. Join the SSN family. Oh, I like that. I like that mantra right there. Thank you so much, Seamless Genius. See, like I said, she always has this positive twist, ladies and gentlemen. I got to love it. How to be successful in life. Join the SSN family. I got to put that on a banner or something, right? Put that on the new. Did anybody see the, I think I'm going to go with, when the live stream is coming on, it's always shown that one that I changed into the SSN, what you see on the screen, basically, with the Stop Struggling Now live at the top and the blue screen. I put in a new one today before the live stream, only about 15, 20 minutes before, that actually said live stream tonight at 8:50 p.m. And then it shows live stream, and then it has a subject matter. I think I'm going to start putting that on for when I'm doing live streams earlier. Instead of having the blue background, I'm going to change this up because remember, this is the 5th year anniversary has just passed. So now we got to have the new intro, new outros. You know how we do this, ladies and gentlemen. Every year we got to change up. So expect all of that to happen. And there you go. Exactly, Professor Auntie Val. Eric, I tell people invest in DR for real estate next 3 to 5 years. Yes, you're doing a good service for people because the numbers don't lie. The only thing that can happen, it's kind of funny. Even though you have the well-laid plans, here's the thing. Just like the pandemic came out, that set everything back because the DR was shut down for almost a year. And that set everything back probably 2 years for the builders at that time. That could actually happen again, or something, Mother Nature could come around and do some damage. You just never know. But the fact of the matter is, putting in all these tourism dollars, putting in all these billions of dollars worth of building and already having the plans in place, even if something does happen, it's going to be delayed gratification. So either way, it's going to be a win-win. I agree with your 3 to 5 years. Or shall I say, I don't necessarily agree with the 3 to 5, because if you get something in 2023 and somehow you avoid an explosion in 2024, I don't know how you're going to avoid the explosion in 2024, because by all numbers, it's going to, if we're averaging 681,000 per month, if it ends up being 650,000 or 640,000 a month during the course of a year, next year, it's going to be probably 60,000 more people coming per month at least, if not 100. So I don't know how prices are going to stay down, because as they keep building out, there's not going to be that many big, nice projects. Everybody's going to start finding there's going to be projects. There'll be villa projects. There'll be condo and townhome projects, but they're just going to be like these little 25, 45 units, because most of the land and acreage is going to go up in price. It's going to explode. So I have a different perspective. If you don't get something in 2023 and you wait around till 2024, yes, you might find something, but the cost per square meter is going to be over 200 or 2,000 a square meter, which translates into over 200 a square foot. You're going to find yourself in 200 to 250, if not 300 per square foot at the end of this year. I just can't see how this doesn't happen. We're already there. That's all I can tell you. We're already at 2,000 a square meter. We're already at 200 a square foot. We're also still at 150 a square meter or square foot and 1,500 a square meter at some projects. But the problem is the nicer projects where people are going to want to invest, you're going to be priced out pretty soon, or you're just going to have to pay $200 to $250 a square foot. Let's just call it what it is. Meanwhile, some of us, we have paid $150, $170 per square foot. All right. But next year it's going to be 200 to 300, and you're going to be out of luck because you're going to find yourself a 1,000 square foot place, and now it's going to cost you $300,000. You don't want to be caught like that. That's why you have to make decisions now. Number one, on being unsuccessful, right? You have to always think about what you're doing. You have to make a plan. And then you have to think, why am I doing this plan? And then you have to rock with the plan. And then when you show information like what I showed at the beginning about Dominican Republic and their tourist records, if they're going to have another influx, another 10%, let's say, of people, that gets you over 700,000 tourists by air every month. That puts this in a whole nother category. You're at 8.5 million easily by air, easily. And we're going to have 10% more. Why? Because projects are going to come online. And when more projects come online, more people who want to live there or visit to come there is going to increase just naturally without even having to do advertisements. And their friends are going to tell their friends. And next thing you know, it starts being a snowball effect. So that's why this is very important. So I think if you have to make a move, it has to be by the end of 2024. Then I think it's going to be established 250 to 300. And I think we're going to be in the 300, or shall I say $3,000 per square meter is going to be the norm. I don't think it's going to be less than that. And at the end of 2024, you can still get in now, but I'm just saying. All right. How to be successful? Know the lay of the land. Professor Auntie Val from Vanessa Comagate. Wow, sis, clothing as well. Get it, girl. I love it. And there we go. Here we are, Beachfront Java. I forgot about the cups, the mugs, the merchandise, and now she's saying clothing. How awesome is that? That is pretty sweet, ladies and gentlemen. Mo better. At Victor, I agree with George's Charles. You should try to use Stink or Swim platform simulations first. Yes, that's what he's doing. He's doing that. I'm pretty sure he's doing all of that because it's not for the faint of heart. He knows the numbers. We actually showed it on screen before, where 90 to 95% of these, well, I don't know if this is considered day traders, but those that are involved with day trading, 90 to 95% take L's. So you have to do simulations. You have to study. You have to be beyond reproach just to even be good at being positive. So I think he's doing that. I don't think that's going to be a problem. He's no dummy. Eric, I'm doing both. I can do option trading from anywhere in the world, just need internet and be ready to do it in the middle of the night because of the time difference. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I have friends that do this. They get up early in the morning. They do like they even do like Euro. It's a bunch of things. The China. I mean, hey, it's their thing. Jawway J is here. Another success stories in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He has an icon next to his name, and he has a tagline as well. Hello, SSN Nation. Saw trailer, got the notification. We're up to 7 people tonight with the notification and trailer. Thank you so much for that, Jawway J. And once again, congratulations on your purchase. If you missed out on the beginning, did you know the newest record, January through June in the Dominican Republic? 5.3 million tourists. Out of the 5.3 million tourists, which is a record, 4 million came by air, 1.2, 1.3 came on cruises. Both are records separately. And the month of June is also a new record, up 10% from 2022, 707,000 visitors by air and cruise in the month of June. How sweet is that? All right. Hopefully that helps you out there. That is sweet. So if you're thinking any real estate investments, any business investments in the DR are bad, they are not. I can't see it. At George's Charles from Victor Morero, I am focusing on selling covered calls and selling cash covered puts. For spreads, you have to be approved for a more advanced level 3, and I only requested up to level 2. So Victor Morero staying in his comfortable lane, which is highly recommended. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Trying to do something that you're not the best at, we have all failed thinking we better than we are, right? Look at the perfect example. Elon Musk, for all these years, reading press clippings saying he's the best, he's the most innovative, he's awesome, he's this, he's that. And he does something that everybody said don't do it. I even thought he was just a jokester about it. Buying Twitter. It wasn't so much buying Twitter. It was so much when he said 44 billion. That's what was the problem. Everybody, excuse me, what? It's not even worth 5 billion. What's he talking about? Okay, it's a joke. He's not buying this for 40. His offer is not legit. This can't even be legitimate. Well, of course, Twitter says, hell yeah, we'll take that deal, because some of those guys, the buyouts are like $80 million. $200 million. So, of course, they were on board. Hell yeah, take this off of us, because if we stay here, we're not getting that. He overpaid because of who knows why. Then he started doing crazy, like the blue check mark, which meant something to some people. They're gone. You can pay for them. I mean, that's kind of weird. Then he starts changing algorithms. Then he says, I'm going to have some people as possibly, you want me to step down as a CEO? I'm going to put it on my Twitter poll. The Twitter poll says, yeah, you should step down from CEO. He goes, oh, no, that ain't right. I mean, he starts one debacle after another. So even that guy, who's basically had positive press clippings for 20 years, finally is like, hey, not looking so good. And it's not worth 44 million or billion. It's not worth half of that. It's single digit billions is what it's worth right now. And now Zuckerberg comes out with the competitor, except the competitor looks exactly like Instagram. I mean, like Twitter to me. It's funny as hell. It has a few features that's different, but it's funny as hell. Because that was the whole point that everybody was saying. They were like, why would you do that? Because if you wanted to make a Twitter platform, it would cost you less than 40 freaking billion dollars. That's why everybody was saying this makes zero sense. But I'm just giving an example of what happens when you're reading your press clippings and you're not doing things based on common sense and doing your research, because nobody said it was worth 40 some billion dollars. Nobody. All right. So that is the thing. He didn't want to listen to other people. He didn't want to do any research, apparently. There was some ego involved, more than likely. And when you can borrow against it and have other people put in the money, it's kind of like free money too. So that could have a lot to do with it. But nonetheless, spoke to a family member over the weekend. He's an engineer working on a project inside Cana. He tells me there's demand for long-term rental for professionals from Santo Domingo. Exactly. Very well said. Victor Morel brings in another point that we haven't talked about here. The fact is, not everybody's renting, and there are long-term rentals that's going to be had there, and people are looking to they're looking to stay there, because you have to understand, just like America, which is kind of weird, right? In the summertime in America, we have power outages, which is weird as hell. So in the Dominican Republic, their electric grid is also being stretched with all these new buildings, right? So now people are trying to figure out, where can I live where I know I'm going to have electricity, Wi-Fi 24/7. We know Santo Domingo's a city. They get stretched as well, but at least that's a major city. So they're going to build their grid out. Punta Cana is brand new, and they're trying to build the grid out there. It's not there yet, but they're going to have problems with the electrical grid. So now you have to start thinking, what are we going to do? I would put a safe bet, 5-star luxury upscale location like Cana. Yeah, I think I'd be safe there. I think my electricity Wi-Fi is going to be up a lot. Not saying it's not going to go out, because we're talking about DR. We're talking about high demand. We're talking about unprecedented heat wave right now is stretching the electrical grid in America and in the Dominican Republic. So again, this is great news though. See, again, Victor Morero, he has some family member. He's an engineer and he's working in Cap Cana, and he finds out this information that's shared here with you. This is just another something you can put in your cap, because now you understand why properties in Cap Cana go up is for several reasons. It's upscale, it's luxury, it's 5-star, it's three diamond resorts. I mean, it's places where people want to be. World famous restaurants, world famous beaches, and has its own community, and it's going to be growing. They're building out there. There's 33,000 square kilometer miles or something is how big Cap Cana is. It's a jungle right now for all intents and purposes. They have miles and miles of land that they can clear and build upon. So one day, 10 years from now, it's going to be unrecognizable from what it is today. But the property values are going to skyrocket. They're not going to be 4,000 a square meter or 5,000 a square meter. They're going to be like LA, 10,000 a square meter, $1,000 a square foot. It's going to be something crazy like this. All right. It's not going to be just something that's going to be cheap. All right. So that's why whoever invests in Cap Cana right now, you're going to win. But now, knowing this information for long-term rentals by professionals, if this is a thing, he says there's a demand for it. These places they're building, they're not building these 5,000 unit mega projects. They are building a lot, 150 units, villa units, 18 to 24. They're doing that. But if you know this information, and that is actually a statistic that is great, then what's going to happen? Villas or long-term rentals, you can get your rent. You can lock in 6 months to a year rentals. And if you can get 20% annual return, which is possible when you buy in early, you had a plan, you implemented it. Now you're sitting there going, well, wait a minute, I can actually make a lot of money doing long-term rentals and I don't have to do short-term rentals. I think if you had a choice, if somebody said you can get 20% return, or let's say 15% return by doing long-term rentals, and then somebody said you'll do 20% to 25% on short-term rentals, I may be conservative. In fact, I probably would be conservative, because I would know what it's locked in as. If I know I get 15% and I know the guy's staying there for a year or two, and I know at the end of year one, I can raise the rent up $50 to $100 a month, let's say, I'm sitting there like, I'll take the 15%. That's locked. I'm not going to even bother with short-term rentals. I don't have to do housekeeping no more. I don't have to do any upkeep whatsoever. Replacement cost is going to be different. So I'll let that guy chill out there for 2 years and we'll see where it goes. But we're going to be able to charge a lot more. So these are the advantages that you have in upscale luxury locations. I don't know what the rentals are in Cap Cana. They might not be only $1,000 a month. They might be $4,000 a month or $3,000 a month. I don't know. But that's great news, Victor Morel, for everybody that's in Cap Cana. This is great news for everybody in Punta Cana area. So when he says something like that, you have to start thinking just what we were talking about before. You put yourself in position. And the perfect example is, even though I'm using real estate in this case, it could be any business, whatever genre, whatever sector, it all works the same way. So now you have to start thinking. Remember when we were saying amenities, amenities, amenities? Remember when we were saying these projects, these mega projects? Remember when we were talking about Vista Cana, for instance, right? You own a villa in Vista Cana. You own a townhome. You own a penthouse. Whatever you own. If you're in a situation where the project is deemed upscale, very nice, and you have amenities, then that means you are conducive for long-term rentals. Because people are going to say, well, hell, I'll just live here. Why would I not live here? And that means we should be able to get a higher rental rate especially if a lot of places are short term, not really long term. Because a lot of places are going to be short term. And then there's going to be a few places where people say, yes, you can stay here, but it's going to cost you $2,500 a month. How much did you buy your villa for? Oh, well, you could be lucky enough and bought one for $200,000. And then you realize, wait a minute, I can get almost $30,000 a year. Take away your 10 to 20%, whatever you do for management fees. I mean, you're almost at 10% for sure, maybe even 15. So you're going to put yourself in a win-win. So you have two options that Victor Morel has brought to the table tonight, right? Okay, just giving you guys ideas. You want to be successful? We'll do what? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Vanessa Comagate. Here we go. Here we go. How to be successful in life? Join the SSN family. And oh, by the way, she has the icon next to her name, like a few people here. And that means you're a member of the channel, just not subscriber. So that's what makes it awesome. But just join the SSN family. Guess what? There's no cost. No guru zone. No ebooks. We're not selling anything. So you are part of the SSN family. Hit that subscribe button. You're part of the SSN family. Come on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and not hit any subscribe button or be a member. You're still part of the SSN family. Come here, contribute, give some information, join the conversation. And I love that. How to be successful in life, join the SSN family. That's it exactly. That's it exactly. All right. Let's see here. I missed this. But yes, wow, nice tourism records. People follow up on retail spaces. Yes, those are going to be premiums. I can tell you right now, we're going to be talking about CET, which is downtown. And again, they are charging, man, it's out of control. 145,000 for space, 120,000 for space and up. Yes, you can have your own business and all that, but now it's no longer 10 or 35,000 like it was at Central Park, 35,000, 10,000 or 15,000 like it was at Vista Cana when it first started out for the business center at the entrance. No. They're talking crazy. So it ends up being buy condos or villas or townhouse or buy a retail office space. I mean, either way, you're going to win, but think about it. There's going to be limited space downtown. CET is downtown. Central Park has a business offices, and now the CET has business offices, and I think there's one more project that has business offices. That's a limited amount for downtown. So that makes it very interesting because a lot of people are going to have a need for an office downtown, especially when you talk about all the tourism going on. The tourist companies, transportation companies, and all of them would probably likely want to be downtown. So it doesn't make much sense for them to be somewhere else because it's easy access to the airport, easy access to everywhere, whether you're going to go out to Verone, Macau, whether you're going to go out to Cap Cana, or even if you're going to go out to La Romana area. So you're going to want to be in the hub where you can leave from there and go north, south, and east. So that's what you want to do, and west. So just think about that. Okay, Victor Morel, here we go. He says, definitely long-term rental is a consideration, especially for snowbirds. Yes, and speaking of that, there's a lot of people that stay there like January through April or January through June. Think about that too. That's an option. So even though we talk short-term rentals mostly, you have an option here, ladies and gentlemen. Once you lock one or two families, then you'll have them return every year. He's paying $1,450 USD per month. See, look at that. And here's the beauty of it, because some of those people might at Cap Cana used to be inexpensive. Because I told you in 2020, you could get a one bedroom in Cap Cana condo. It was like 123, 133K. A two bedroom was like 175. You can't get those anymore, but that's what they were just 3 years ago. Villas, you could have bought a villa in there for 350. You can't anymore. So all I'm saying is and so if a person would have bought whatever he's renting, nobody's going to have a problem if the guy says, well, I pay $1,450 per month. That's 18,000 a year. Let's say it makes gross is 10 or Yeah, 10,000. So the person could have bought something for 250,000. It could be a villa, a condo, townhome, who knows? So they might be happy with just 10,000. They might be happy with 12,000. So that's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Get in early, you have options. George's Charles Eric, I sent you a pic of the DR Minister of Tourism meeting with Cruise on Land Director. I love it, man. Thank you so much for that. Yes, him, Louis Abinader, those guys, they go around to the biggest projects. So they've been to all of them. So Cruise on Land, the Vista Cana, the Cana Rocks, even the beach downtown. They've been to all the megas. They go around, they do their, you know, their groundbreaking. Like, in fact, he went to Vista Cana like 4 times. Groundbreaking for Panorama Lake, groundbreaking for Panorama Luxury, groundbreaking. I mean, he's been over there like 4 times. It's crazy. He does that. And Colado, they actually had their meeting at Vista Cana. Was it 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago when they broke out the tent and they had their own little meeting there. It was crazy. But that's what they do. They go around, give promotions, because remember, David Colado's he's the guy. He's handling all this tourism. He's bringing it. The organization. I mean, the government. They're focused on tourism. So yes, he's going around to the awesome projects. He'll be going to Larimar when they start doing their thing too. He'll be there. He'll be out at Aldea Park when they get their stuff started. They're going to go around. So they know what they have, and they know the mega projects are where it's at, quite frankly. They have like 3 places that are mega projects for sure. Vista Cana, Cruise on Land, and Larimar. So those are the mega projects, and he's loving Punta Cana the way they built it. They helped to build this thing. You have to love how they designed. Cap Cana's over here. That's known as the celebrity spot, upscale spot. Julio Iglesias lives there. I mean, this is crazy. Diesel has a spot there. Vin Diesel. I mean, this is crazy, right? So then they know what's happening at Vista Cana. Vista Cana, that was on the board since 2009. It's just that price-wise, there was no way. It wasn't feasible because the cost at the time was so cheap that it wasn't worth developing, even though those guys kept it up. And then finally it became something that became viable. But that was on the board for a long time. So he knows about all these projects because remember, they have to put in their paperwork. So you got to love it. He knows what Cana Rock was doing and the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. That's a well-known place. He knows the guys that run the airport in Punta Cana. He knows what's happening down in La Romana area. He knows what's happening in Santa. He knows everything. He'll be going over to Ocean Village in Sosua. They've been over there too, because that place is off the charts. So he'll be he's been at Samana as well. So yeah, they go around because they have a vested interest in this. And he's doing damage. The guy wants to be president one day is what the reports are of the DR. So this is like his baby. Vanessa Comegate, understand that the Larimar project will just lease spaces. Exactly, Vanessa Comegate. That's the whole kicker. I'm like you. I don't really like lease. I'd rather if you can buy it, then you know you're good. But it's twofold, right? It's twofold. If you buy it, then you're going to be subject to whatever. There has to be rules, right? There has to be some sort of rules. You just can't let businesses compete against each other. You can't just put any business in there. There's got to be some sort of restrictions. And so I can see both ways. I have no problem. Just like if I lease a space, retail space, and they say, here's the rules. You can only do this type of business. You can't do this type of business who's ever in this center with you. That's understandable. It might be you have to close at 9 p.m. at night. You might, there's different rules. So I can understand where you want to control the whole project, which is their baby. That's fine. But at the same time, I like what downtown is doing, where you could actually buy a space. What Vista Cana is doing, you can buy a space. I like that. Primavera 5, when that comes out, you might be able to buy a space there. So, and I'm calling it Primavera 5, but that's not out yet. It's just I know they own another swath of land out there where Primavera 4, 3, and Luxury is. And so whenever they open that up, it's supposed to have some sort of shopping, real shopping center, mall is what he said. So we're going to find out, but there may be spaces there. That is a prime location because there is no shopping on that 4-lane highway road right now because it's brand new. So he would be the first. He's making one, how to be successful, make a plan. Number 2, right? Know what the field is. You got to understand, always learning. 6, number 5, can't give up. But that has nothing to do with his situation. He's implementing the plan. He bought the lots. He bought the acreage a long time ago. And then he said, wait a minute, nobody has a mall or shopping center on this whole strip right now. And I'm like one of the only people that have acres that can do it. So why wouldn't I put it right here in the smack dab middle of my projects and in the middle of all these other projects? When people want to come shopping, they can stop right here. Because some people can't go in Vista Cana. Nobody wants to drive downtown. There's all these projects right there in Larimar. You can come down if they ever made it that way. Cruise on Land possibly come down. You're going to have 50,000 people within this area when he makes his Primavera 5 and puts a mall there. 50,000 people is going to be there in that section with no mall in sight. Other than when Larimar says we're going to have a mall, then that would change things dramatically. Well, not so dramatically, but it would change things. You would have 2 malls within a 10 to 15-minute drive, which would be all right. Because you're going to have between Vista Cana and up to Larimar and Cruise on Land, you're probably going to have 60,000 people if this thing goes according to plan, just off of those 3 projects. So you're going to have plenty of customers. So that's going to be pretty sweet. All right. Let's see. This tells me that the Minister of Tourism will make it a point to promote the big projects, Larimar, Cruise, Vista Cana. Yes, that's what they're doing. That's like I said, they've been at Vista Cana like 4 times with groundbreaking or just to have meetings or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if they went to Primavera yet. They probably did, but I don't know about it. But they've been everywhere. Downtown, Cap Cana, Cana Rock. They've been everywhere. So they're promoting that. Their whole platform is promoting tourism because they understand that that brings in more jobs, that increases more job opportunities for Dominican Republic citizens. That also means the pay is going to be higher, right? So it puts their citizens in a great position, and their citizens can actually own something as well because they can sell their property at ridiculous amounts of cost right now. Like I said, you guys know I was looking for that freaking storage land, and this guy that had like 5 acres or whatever, he all of a sudden now he wants like $1 million an acre or something crazy. And it's on that freeway, that road that Primavera's on, that new highway. They were giving that stuff away. Now he wakes up and is like, oh yeah, I got like 5 to 10 acres. I know I can give away like 2 acres. Somebody can build their 8, 12 building condo complex, and they can sell those units for $150,000 to $250,000. So now he knows his land is worth a lot more money, and he's like, I want $1 million. I was like, that's not going to work. What are you talking about? I don't even need it here. It's too much. But that's what's happening. Just like at Macau, you could have bought lots at Macau for $10,000 to $15,000. Not anymore. Can't be done. 2020, right before, $15,000 to $20,000, $25,000 were lots and acres. Well, not acres, but 2 or 3 city lots you could have gotten for 30, 40 grand. And then once they started talking about there's going to be hotels down here and things like that, the next thing you know, these guys wanted $100,000 each. And who knows what the cost is now. So, yeah, and they love the mega projects because just like I'm saying right now, you guys have to understand, he's the Minister of Tourism. If you understand how tourism works, you have to have a vibe. How do you get on the best of the best 2023 list? This is how you're successful. You have to understand your landscape. You have to understand, I need to be on the 2023 best of the best destination somehow. Once you get on there, you start getting on the radar. Then when people come, like right now, what's the most popular thing? People know Coco Bongo. People come, they go to Coco Bongo, or they don't go to Coco Bongo, but they go to the patio area. And they have the people with the bands, music, dancing, eating, drinking. And people are like, hold on, this is the spot. People are doing videos. You can go right now on YouTube and look at Coco Bongo. You'll see people. There's millions, I don't know, not maybe not millions, but thousands of videos just walking down the street around Coco Bongo, not even inside, walking around, showing you can go eat here, you can go here, all this stuff downtown Punta Cana. And remember, downtown Punta Cana has literally almost nothing. Literally, they have like 5 things: Caribbean Lake Park, soccer field with the practice soccer field. And in that soccer field location, they have like boxing, they have workouts, things like that in there too. So it's almost like a fitness thing too. They have tennis courts down there. But again, Dolphin Discovery, Hard Rock Hotel or Hard Rock Restaurant, and Caribbean Lake Park, in case I missed that. But that's it. And a mall. But yet they still have thousands of videos. Imagine what's going to happen when they actually have like Aldea Park down there. And congratulations, we have another person who purchased that Aldea Park. They did the right thing. Unbelievable. $104,000. So you know what they purchased, right? That means it's a studio. But they purchased the studio on the 4th floor with the double ceilings. So they have the more than 8-foot high ceilings. So it gives you more of a luminous space. So that makes it look bigger than what it is on the 4th floor, which is awesome to get. 104,000. Can you believe that? 104,000 for a studio right now. That is still a good deal in 2023. So that's a winner. 325 square feet probably is what it is. And nice, big, large ceilings, a patio or balcony area. And you're in Aldea Park, which is good. Phase 2 pricing. I might have to do a video about that tomorrow. But actually, I like just leasing because less of a commitment and meet the needs of the people. There you go, Vanessa Comagate, because that was the next thought. I got sidetracked on my thought process because yes, the advantages of leasing is I can leave. That's the advantage of it. You're not locked. It's like you go to some places around the world. Even right now, you go drive down in your neighborhood and a person bought the place, but it's closed. Nobody wants to rent it, and you're not going to put a business there for yourself. But yet you still pay taxes. You still have to owe somebody the water, the electricity, unless you shut it off. I mean, you're still going to have to pay. So that's part of the ownership process, the give and take. And I have to agree with her on the leasing aspect. It's up to you as a business. I want to be at Larimar. There's a reason, because what you guys don't know is, yes, I haven't discussed SSN Lifestyle because, hey, I'm going to have to revamp it because, again, we've had bumps in the road. It hasn't turned out quite exactly like it should have, but we are not going to give up on it. We're still rolling. But the fact of the matter is, I want to have SSN Lifestyle. I want to have a spot there because SSN Lifestyle will have a conglomerate situation about going around the world, and people are going to be there from all over the world. They see the booth and they'll be like, hey, wait a minute, you guys have some other spots to go? Yes, we have membership stuff here for other things. It's making money. It's about going around, yes, but we have these deals, and that would be the ideal location for me. Even a cruise on land spot would be an ideal solution. But cruise on land, they are actually acting like a travel agency, so I don't know if they would allow me to have something there. Larimar is just a resort, which makes it very interesting because if everything goes according to the way I think, I am thinking they're going to allow me to be one of those exclusive people that can reserve at Larimar. So that turns into, I need a booth there. I need a retail space there because I can have check-in. You follow what I'm saying? Check-in can be there. Promotion can be there. showing people other things around the world and why you need to be an SSN lifestyle. All of that comes in perfectly while they're sitting here at this resort. That's what you want, right? So, and then give them the other products and services that are there as well. And also, people can come in with buying products in-house at the location. It can turn into a bunch of things, similar to what Seamless Genius does with her kiosk. She has two people with the same sort of sector in the building. You can do that. Imagine if that was both of her businesses, but kind of they are, but she's leasing the space. That's what I plan on doing with the space at Larimar. Now, it all, of course, is going to depend on what Larimar is charging, because if they do something stupid like 5,000, 7,000, that ain't going to cut it. But I understand that's the advantage or disadvantage, depending on how you look at it. I don't mind leasing, and I don't mind owning. It's all up to what you choose, ladies and gentlemen. You want to be successful, you figure it out before you buy it. All right, let's see. Sometimes they will allow you to sell your biz without owning the space. Yes, that is very true. That happens all the time. And it happens a lot, especially in like a restaurant environment. People will say, I lease this space, and then it turns into a business. You have to go with the business. Okay, when's your lease expire? The person could say, well, my lease expires in a year. So that turns into, you want to be successful, you better be talking to the landlord then. You have to go see the landlord. You have to tell the landlord, hey, if I buy this place, I need you, or before I buy this place or during our process, I need you to tell me that you're going to give me a 3-year or 2-year lease. Because if you buy a place and it's leased and the owner of the business doesn't own it, you could be booted out at the end of a year. The owner could say, well, the lease is up. And he could easily just say, thank you very much for building out this nice little restaurant for me, and open up his own restaurant. In this case, I'm using restaurants. Or your business that you have, he could just say, I'm not going to lease it to you no more. It expired, terminate it. And then he just rolls out the same business you did because it was successful. That's how it could work. I'm just saying. But the fact of the matter is, when you buy a business that's already existing, you have to double check and make sure that you have the lease agreement in place. You just don't want to buy it and then find out a year later you're rocking and rolling, and then the guy's like, I'm not going to renew your lease. And it might not be nefarious. He might just want to renew the lease, whatever. But the point is, that's one of the situations right there that comes into play. So keep that in mind. There's positives and negatives for leasing and owning. There's positive and negative. I really do wish they would let people own there, but I can't be mad at them if they don't at Larimar. I really can't. Nadine in, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Another investor is in the house. Hello, everyone, she says. Hello to you. Did you see those new tourist numbers for the DR? Record breaking for everything. The first 6 months, record. The month of June, record. For air and cruise, records in the month of June. Records for the first 6 months. Can't get any better than that. Can't get any better than that. All right. Especially, I get excited. You know why? Because we have over 50 people that has their money in the DR properties. And they got them before now, before July. Some people, in fact, this month we have some more people that bought. So that's how we got over 50. But 40 some people bought already, whether it was in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. And because of this, numbers are going up. Prices are going up. Nadine, hey there, Nadine from Vanessa Comagate. And Nadine in says, hello, Vanessa, showing some love back and forth. That's what we do here. Now, everybody, listen here very carefully. Please smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also share the videos. Got to let people know they have a way out. A lot of people right now living paycheck to paycheck, 60 to 70% living paycheck to paycheck, they feel there's no way out. So what you have to do is reallocate. You're sitting there living paycheck to paycheck, then you're going to have to pay down something and sacrifice for a few months. And that pay down hopefully will be like, it could be $600 that you can get back. And imagine if you could put $600 a month into something, and then 2 years later, you can rent it out, or 3 years later, you can rent it out and have monies coming in for the rest of your life. That is very powerful. Is that worth the 3 year sacrifice? I think so. All right, let's get back into how to be successful, ladies and gentlemen. Knowing the landscape, planning, plotting, making it happen. Then you have to always learn along the way, because what we could do 2 or 3 years ago, since we're talking about Dominican Republic, 2 or 3 years ago, the landscape has changed. 4 years ago, all anybody knew about Vista Cana, Cap Cana, Punta Cana Village, Cocatel, El Cordacito, Los Corrales, Cana Rock. There was no cruise on land. There was no Primavera Luxury, Primavera 4, Primavera 3. There was no cruise on land. There was none of this more projects on the fisherman's lake or fisherman marina at Cap Cana. There was none of that. There was no, we're going to build like 10 condo complexes on the golf course at Cap Cana. There was none of that. So nobody knew the scope of what was going to happen. Downtown, the only reason anybody knew anything about downtown is if you were here in the SSN Nation and you have the downtown map development plan. That development plan isn't known by everybody. They just know, oh, yeah, they're going to put some hotels downtown. They're going to do like some other things, but nobody knew the extent, how extensive this was going to be. People were thinking, okay, whatever, it'll come along, but who knows when? No, it's coming along in the next 5 years. And now that 5 years is now, well, it's cut down. It was 8 years. Now we're down to 5 years. In the next 5 years, things are going to get outrageous. Shopping centers, business centers, conference halls. It's going to be crazy. So, all I'm saying, that's a perfect example of how we do things. She says, hello, Vanessa. And we have super sticker. Nadine N, thank you so much for the donation. I humbly appreciate that. She has a super sticker here. Brian P, another investor's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he too has the icon next to his name. And he says his tagline. Hello, Eric. How's it going, Eric? Everything's going well. You're in the house. We have a lot of people in the house here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he says hello to the SSN family as well, showing love all the way around. And Brian P, since he is here, he has mentioned he got the notification and trailer. We're up to 8 people that have said so far. So thank you so much for that. And once again, Brian P is here. Boogie Gopher Club. We have an announcement to make. A few. Boogie Gopher Club, they had their July 7th through the 9th or 10th, whatever it was, a view in Miami. There's a couple of things that has happened. We're going to find out if Mike is going to come on. I'm not going to press him yet. I'll give him a few days after this. I'll send him a message at the end of this week. Give him a few days to come off of that rush that they had over the weekend and see if he's going to come on within a week or two. There's a few things that has happened. Okay. One thing, there's going to be an Italy NFT. All right. For what it's worth, it's going to be $1,000. So you have to do your due diligence. I'm just letting you know what they said it came out with. All right. They also changed the website. Hold on a second. Let me go do something. They changed the cash flow NFT website, by the way. And now I understand their motive. Because they went down to that view thing, they were part of the view thing, promoting it. Here is the new website. What this looks like. In case you don't understand this, in fact, before I get into this, hold on a second. I don't have a link for this down below or anything, right? I'm mixed. I'm mixed right now because there's some things I'm going to explain. Vanessa says, I got the notification. Awesome. Wait, it's not coming up. Oh, because I have the super sticker still on. That's interesting. Here we go. That means there's 9. We can almost get the record tonight. Let's see if it happens. That's weird. Okay, we're stuck for a second. Why is you guys know what that means? That usually means we have gremlins in the system somewhere trying to block us. But if you guys can still hear me, the bottom line of the story is cash flow NFT. I'm probably gonna have to put a link down there. Click and sign up. But please check my video where I said I got banned. All right. So there's reasons. So we're gonna have a few things. I kind of like don't really want to talk about it in this vein, but what I'm gonna do is show you. This is the website right here. This is the new website. It used to be purple. All right. Now there's certain things that it doesn't really explain what's going on, but it says a world first. Okay. I'm having a hard time because what they're saying and what's actually happens is, in my opinion, 2 different things. Revenue producing, yes. Retail storefront, yes. I think I don't even know. There's like maybe 4 stores opened after all this time. All right. 2 in Cyprus, 1 in Germany, 1 in Amsterdam. I think those are the ones. So that means 4. Retail storefront, which if you can see this, that generally means we're supposed to have, when the store has profits, it's going to be shared with the NFT holders from that jurisdiction. The NFTs are based on states like Spain. Now they're going to have the Italy one for 1,000. The UK one is 10,000. The Benelux is 10,000. So if the store is in one of those jurisdictions, then the profits from the store is shared with the NFT holders of that country. All right. Now, point of sale merchant terminals, those are going to be throughout the EU. So again, and the countries that we're in. Well, I don't really understand how that's going to work. If Micah comes on, we'll get it because there has been talk before that the point of sales was just going to be shared. They were just going to add them all together. And whoever is supposed to receive part of the point of sale, if you have an individual one or if you're part of the NFT holders, it was going to be shared with everybody. So we'll figure out how that's going to work. Fully licensed and regulated because, yes, in order to open a crypto type store in each of the jurisdictions, countries, you're going to have to be licensed and regulated within the country. Here's the thing. Crypto ATMs, nobody's seen one. Crypto swap, and nobody's seen a point of sale terminal either. Crypto swap, I don't know what that means unless we're talking about the exchange. Liquidation, I don't know what that means. Lending program, okay. All right. Here's some more news. You guys know I have news. I just don't really want to talk about it because it's thing. Oh, now I'm going to lose you guys. Here's the thing. The NFT is going to be roughly worth. I don't really know where they're getting this from, but I'm just hear me out. $250,000, let's say, is the NFT. I'm giving you an example because until I hear anything else, I don't know where you're going to hear this from, but we'll see. 250,000, then you can borrow 15%. All right. 15%, of 250,000, I believe, is 37.5. Yes, it is 37.5. So, okay. So I don't know how you pay this back because now I'm just going to say this. I generally, if you borrow something, you're going to have either interest to pay or definitely you're going to have to pay it back. So I don't understand the mechanism to pay it back, but I'm going to tell you something right now. If they said that you can borrow 37.5, now we need to know what the payback is. If that NFT does not generate any revenue, then you should not be borrowing. That's my point of view because you're taking out a loan and you're going to have to pay it back somehow. So now, if you're taking out a loan, then you have to do the SSN Nation way. If you're taking out a loan, then you better be taking out that money and putting it into a vehicle that gives you cash flow back. It shouldn't be used to go out and buy some liabilities. It's got to go buy an asset that pays you because you're going to have to pay it back. So that also means it's collateralized. And that's what I'm a little worried about because we're talking about a crypto NFT. So now I start questioning if you do that, how do you transfer title? If it's in my wallet, you don't have it. So what are we doing here? That means you have to have it in your wallet. That means I can't be holding title. This is crypto. This isn't a car. This isn't real estate. This is crypto. So that means I can't, I would have to transfer that asset to another person back. How's that going to work with crypto? I'm not understanding how this works quite yet, but I'm just giving you my pre-thoughts because this what came out apparently over the weekend. Darcy sent me some information, and that's some of the information she sent me, and I was like, "What?" I said, I don't care about any loan situation. What I care about is these products that you guys supposedly had that was going to generate revenue, and we don't have to worry about loans because if you generate profit and pay people commission, then therefore we have money coming in. We don't need loans. And your projections, by the way, are off the charts. Yes. When somebody says, yeah, you're going to be making 10,000, 15,000, whatever a month, that's off the chart. It was more than that, probably. I'll play the video here shortly in case somebody's not familiar with what I'm talking about. All right. So let me see if I can get back into because I got a problem here. It keeps blocking. Yeah, blocking me on the chat after I did the super sticker. In fact, let me see what this is over here. I have something new. Oh, this is it right here. Let me see. Does this show up? This is interesting. Learn something new every day. All right. Okay. Hide. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. It won't. Thank you again, Nadine, for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is weird. It's not allowing me to do the chat room. It won't hide things for me. All right. So anyhow, that's my thoughts so far. That's some of the information. Let me see. Let me hold on. Let me see if there's more info. But those are the couple of things that they're doing. There was no mention about this Phoenix token, which I'm against. And I have to say it's a token. I mean, it's generally you're doing what FTX did and everybody else, Binance, putting in your own coin that people are going to buy, use that as a gas fee. That never materializes generally into much, but we'll see how they implement this. I just don't see how this is a winning formula for tried and true situations that have happened in the past. I just see where you're sending money and creating something where they're able to collect some more cash. But I don't get it because this isn't a viable situation. There's also some other things. I'm not even going to talk about it because there's something that irritated me. There's another guy named Oscar Garcia that has showed up, and he has something to do with the company as well. I'm not a fan of the man. Let's just put it that way. I know who the guy. I never met him personally. I just know what he's done, and he's been around. Let's just put it that way. Over 6, 7, 8 years, I'm familiar with some of his work involved with cash flow or miracle cash and more. I'm not a big fan. So hopefully Mike will come on and we'll have a nice little friendly conversation about all of this. But some of this stuff that they were touting originally, the lending program, the I don't know where the insurance program for the realtor would be. That was awesome, right? A landlord realtor program where they were going to prepay the landlord if the landlord wanted to, collect 12 months in advance of the rent, have people qualify through them. That was a great thing if it could be done. I don't know if it could be done, but they're not mentioning this and it's not showing on their website, as you guys can see. But there's other things. I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I can uh, 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 um, what's happening here? I'm going to have to close some of this stuff down. All right. I'm trying to, gremlins are here. All right. Let's see if we can get this back on the screen here. They have something scrolling. So I'll just put it here. They have Spain, UK, Germany. Okay, UK. Get all the latest details. Okay, no latest details. Oh, here we go. Oh, what's this? 7 new country rollout. What's this? Um, Germany. They had some NFTM6 point of sale. Oh, they have something new here. Okay, speaking of what I was. All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like I'm back. Hopefully, we get back into the groove. That was weird. All right. So, you guys saw the new cash flow website. Not bad. Cute. Can't say. Um, I'm going to see if I can log in here real quick. Then I'll show you what else is going on. So, you got to give. What is that? Oh, they have their authenticator on. So, I got to wait for something to come through here. Um, then I'll pop it up. So you guys will see in the back office what's happening. Eric Bird, team to win at Hotmail. Okay. I guess I can give you guys that info. It doesn't really matter. Um, yeah, here we go. We're gonna get back into this now. So you can see what else is going on. Okay. Cash flow. Here we go. I don't know if I should actually have that info, but it doesn't really matter at this point. All right, because none of this really matters. We don't have NFTs. Look, 3 assets in the back office. This is the new thing. profile, NFT, commissions, affiliates, wallet, my assets, ranking, orders. So there's some information, referral, users, all that. Withdraw my commissions, my star. Star means you got to sign up 10 people or buy 10 NFTs to be one star. Then you have to get one person to get 10, buy 10 NFTs or have 10 people sign up in order to get to be a 2-star. So that's how it all starts. Now, what's a star program means? That means that you're in the overall profit picture of the corporate structure. When Miracle Cash and More gives out profits, the people that are on the star program receive profits. All right, let's just call it what it is. Now, there's been I don't even like talking about this because if you give out profits for the star program, that means the that means the NFT holders by country, they also should receive receive profits or commission. Here's Get a Loan. Details coming soon. I gave you some of the previews that they told people over the weekend. Refer a friend. All right. They changed this as well, by the way. If you refer somebody, for every user you refer who purchases at least one NFT, you'll receive 10% affiliate commissions. All right. That's 5% affiliate commissions to the second tier referral and other exclusive benefits. Okay, this was changed. I don't know what the numbers are. You may still receive 10% on the first level, but they switched this out where there's now 3 levels. Okay, I'm not really a big fan because, again, that wasn't necessary. But now it changed to 3-level commissions. It's not 10-5, it's a different number. I don't know what those, I remember they told me what the numbers were, but I just kind of ignored some of it. All right. Now, a view from the edge, July 7th through the 9th. That's where they went down. It was like a rah-rah, shishkumba type of thing. And once again, I'm not into that. I'm into pay people their commissions, give people their NFTs, and then we're on the same page. Otherwise, we're not on the same page. All right. People don't have their NFTs. People aren't receiving their commissions, even though Withdraw My Commissions is here. So I have commissions. So I'm going to tell you guys on Wednesday, don't miss our Wednesday, 8:50 p.m. Live stream. I'll let you know on Wednesday if I actually have commissions. All right. So just keep that in mind. We'll go there on Wednesday. We'll see if I can actually withdraw commissions. I'll check it out. It should be in my wallet, right? So we'll see what happens. Then we can say we get paid. Then we'll find out where the NFTs are, right? So we'll figure it all out. But that's the whole story in a nutshell, a short story. We'll have more to this once they actually have live streams. So, yeah. Hello, Eric. How's it going, Eric? Okay, we're back. So here we go. I already put that in. We're at number 8. Got the notification. Sorry, forgot to mention that was 9 actually that she mentioned. Hi, Eric. You got cut off. Exactly, man. I knew it was coming because it was getting frozen. This company is turning me off. It sounds like bait and switch. Vanessa Comagate. 100% agree. 100% agree because I'm going to show people right now. The link is not down below in the description. In fact, I'm not even going to put it in there. I'm going to actually run the video that came out like a year ago. This is what the vision was a year ago. So you'll see this about 6 or 7 ways that there was going to be a profit center. All right. Things change. Yes. Over time. But this is probably not going to be, this video is not valid any longer, but I'm going to show people what it was. So then you'll understand why I kind of didn't want to talk about it, because what it was and what it has turned into is different type of thing, because it was cut and dry. And you'll see what I mean by cut and dry when you watch this video. Check this out.
If there was a way you could have partnered with Elon Musk before Tesla, before the Model S, before SpaceX, and before Elon became the world's richest man, would you at least have wanted to know how? If there was a way you could have partnered with Jeff Bezos when he was planning Amazon.com and it could have made you a fortune, would you at least have wanted to know about it? Well, what if there was a fintech company today that is about to capture major market share worldwide, where millions of people will be using its breakthrough technology and you could make an absolute fortune? Would you at least want to know about it? At the same time that we are experiencing record inflation, gas prices through the roof and headed towards a recession, the move towards crypto adoption worldwide is picking up pace, and the evidence is all around us. Big names and big money players are jumping in the game like crazy. The Staples Center, where the LA Lakers play, is now the Crypto.com Center. The Super Bowl, the most expensive commercial time on television, featured 6 cryptocurrency ads. Tom Brady, Matt Damon, LeBron James, and Larry David all made appearances in them. Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta. The rapper Eminem bought a Bored Ape, an NFT, for $450,000. Warren Buffett invested over $1 billion in a Brazilian crypto bank. Coinbase bought Bitcoin Turkey for $3.2 billion. You know what they say, success leaves clues. Whenever there is economic change in the marketplace, there are economic winners and there are economic losers. It just depends on what side of the equation you end up on. They also say that timing is everything. How would you like to get in on the next big thing? Are you ready for a miracle? How would you like to own a piece of Miracle Cash and More? The first to market brick and mortar crypto stores. Crypto on the street, with stores in every major city all over the world. Unlike the faceless online competitors that have no phone number to call, no physical address, and no one to talk to, Miracle Cash and More stores are fully regulated, licensed, and our wallets are insured by Fireblocks. At Miracle Cash and More, we own our own cryptocurrency exchange. We own our own stablecoin. We own our own ATMs. We own our own merchant terminals. And guess what? We get paid on every single transaction. The secret, if you want to call it a secret, is to get involved before the whole world knows about it. Position yourself in front of the masses before the masses react. Here's the current offering. There are only 1,488 shares of the Master Franchise Agreement for all of the United Kingdom. Each share is projected to profit over $100,000 in year 1, $200,000 in year 2, $400,000 in year 3, and $900,000 in year 4. We have an exit strategy that projects a payout of over $10 million per share. And what does that cost to you? A one and done payment of just $5,000. And of course, you can buy as many shares as are still available. Now the question is, do you at least want to know how? I sincerely hope so, because the best is yet to come.
Gentlemen, there you go. Now, that's what it was supposed to be. All right. This is now old. This is almost obsolete at this point, because I don't know what they actually offer that much anymore, because it looks like we have Miracle Cash and More. We have stores, we have ATM, we have point of sale system. We have some sort of lending, but that lending, if you don't want to borrow, then that lending is irrelevant. I don't know what happened to that real estate insurance situation. And we still have where you can refer people and receive commission. Now, while this video was playing, I went into the back office to see what would happen when I withdraw the commission. What popped up was, I'm not going to show my screen, but what popped up was this message: withdrawal function is available only to our customers who has accounts Miracle Cash and More under the email address registered to Cashflow NFT. And then the kicker, it wants to pay me, it looks like, in Miracle Coin, not USDT, not Ethereum, not Bitcoin, not Matic, not F, not anything. Something called MIR coin, which I assume is the Miracle Coin. Now, that means I'm going to be paying fees, clearly. So now there's an ecosystem to receive your commission is going to be their coin. And I don't even know if a Miracle Coin even exists. This is crazy. Crazy. All right. So this is a problem. We'll get into it. Micah is going to have to come on within a week. We'll talk about it. But I'm a little disappointed in all of this. Just pay out in USDT, call it a day. What's the problem? Or whatever form you want. I don't really care. But this thing about my Miracle Coin, your commission is going to be paid out in your Miracle Coin means I'm going to have to pay a few fees. There's going to be a transaction. If I have Miracle Coin, that means I'm going to have to exchange it into a USDT, BNB, whatever you want to exchange it into. So we will see. Let's go. Let's see. I got this. Hey, Eric, you got cut off. Okay, we got there. We got to the bait and switch. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with Vanessa. I agree with both of you. This is why I started going off on these guys, and I'm a little pissed because it is bait and switch. Ever since 3-4 months back, it seems like that's what it is. It's like it's turning into like a crypto thing. Okay, great. So you paid in Miracle Monopoly money. Exactly, Vanessa Kamage. She's saying it exactly how I'm thinking. This is the one I'm looking at. What the frick is a Miracle Coin? What the frick is that? Okay, so here's the thing. You guys saw the video, right? You noticed there was not really any mention, I don't believe, of any Miracle Coin. Now, in the PDF, there was always a Miracle Coin. I don't mean to be bashing Cashflow NFT night because we're talking about how to be successful. This is how to not be successful, ladies and gentlemen. Doing this, we're going to do this. And then over the course of a year, you do some of it. Then you keep telling people we're going to do this, do this, do this. Then all of a sudden you show up in a July 7th through 9th thing at the View and everybody finds out, oh, well, we're doing it this way. I'm like, what do you mean? This is crazy. So for a year and a half, you've been saying this is what you're going to do. And now all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to tell you something else. We're not going to have a nice time of this. I got to get out of this conversation because we're trying to figure out how to be successful and what is success. How to not be successful is doing stuff like this. You're switching up what initially you told people for over a year. And even the updates that we had, because they had me taking down the updates, there's a reason, because some of those updates is just May 22nd, 2023. But anyhow, let's get back into some positive stuff. I should have never went down that vein because I know how I'm feeling about this right now. And all this does is just get me a little more upset because we have people in the SSN Nation fam who actually are in the ring of fire, and we put money into this as a group. So yes, the exposure is not large, but the fact of the matter is now we're finding out, oh yeah, you have commission, but you don't really. Now I'm not signed up with the Miracle Cash and More because their video that they showed in the back office said a few things, right? It said a few things. So again, this irritates me. They showed signing up with Matic, attaching it to your MetaMask, So this way you're going to get your commission payout. Your NFT would be sent to whatever wallet you chose it to go to because you would own it. So this is why when I started saying, hey, wait, if they're going to allow loans, then that means you're not going to be holding your NFT because you would actually hold it. They would have it can be used as collateral. So how are you going to send me, let's say 37.5, and then I say I'm not going to pay it back and I'm still holding the NFT? So you're not going to give me the NFT after all? I mean, what's going on here? All right, enough. Let's get back into positive atmosphere. Back to how to be successful. What is success? And we went up to number 6. There's probably more to it, but I got tired hearing me. And by the way, what do you do in a store? What happens when you go to a store? That's what I want to know. And you guys, gremlins in the system again. You find out about the exchange. When you go to the store, somebody signs up. They don't know about crypto and exchanges. They give you money. Then it takes you a while to open up their wallet, do what they want. Miracle, the symbol. What is the symbol again? Miracle coin. In fact, I'll just look. We'll just go here. Here's Miracle. What is it called? Miracle Pay? No, Miracle Cash. What is that? Miracle Cash and more. What's the website? See, they don't even address the website, period. So let me go see if it's Miracle Cash. Miracle Cash. Here we go. So Miracle Cash. Okay, here we go. Same. Everything's same. I forgot about France. Forgot about this. This isn't coming up good. Okay, this is not good. Going to the website has banned you temporarily from accessing the website. Okay. This is cute. Wow. These guys. Okay, what is this? I don't know what the symbol is. It was Miracle Coin. I don't think it's out. That's not a token. I don't think. So it's negativity right now. I can't deal with these clowns. They've pissed me off because people put in their hard-earned money, and some people put in 10,000, 5,000, 2,500, 35,000 for late Germany ones. Somebody could be putting in 1,000 for when the Italy one comes out, and now there's something called a Miracle Coin, which I don't understand. I don't get it. They were coming out with the Phoenix token. That means you got to have your own blockchain. There's no discussion of it. I don't know. All right, let's get back into how to be successful. What is success? In fact, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to go do this. We're going to go Siri. No, we're not Siri. Yeah, Siri. How to be successful, right? We're going to Google how to be successful. Let's see what Google comes up with. I want to see this. Let's go. I'm going to pull this up on the screen because a lot of people don't even go check out Google. And let's see what Google says. There's going to be a lot on this subject matter. Here it is. Oh, it meets some of the criteria. Be passionate and do what you love. There's 8 simple ways to be successful. That was on our, well, I didn't make it a list, but passionate was one of them. Work hard. Don't ever fool yourself. Success comes from really hard work. All right, you guys already know that. Be good, and by that I mean damn good. Better, best, right? Good, better, best, right? Focus. I like it. Push the limits. Okay. Serve. That's always a good thing. Create ideas. Be persistent. Okay. So this is what is coming from the University of California, Irvine. Of course, it would come from an educational standpoint. I was beginning to wonder how this was up here because this, once again, is one of those things I'm like, this would not be what an entrepreneur would be saying. Because this gets you nowhere. I'm like, This is not giving, this isn't getting you anywhere. This is all feelings. This isn't getting us anywhere. This is not saying, this is create ideas. I'm like, when I got down here, I'm like, create ideas. We've already created ideas. Be persistent. I'm like, that's a given because it's going to be really hard work. Like you said, be passionate. That's nice. You can be passionate. But if you didn't learn the program to begin with, you can be all of this. You're not going to be successful. You have to learn your craft. You have to understand your competition. You have to understand a lot of things. This ain't going to help you. This is like school. This is like when I was going to school and I'm going in my business class and I'm raising my hand with a professor and I'm like, hey, man, this ain't going to cut it. And he's like, what do you know, Mr. Bird? You play basketball. And the equivalent of in today's society, you probably should shut up and dribble, right? Same type of stuff. Because I'd be like, hey, man, what are we talking about here? What do you mean focus? All of this stuff is a given already. Push the limits. If I don't know what I'm doing, you better not be pushing no limits. Serve. Okay, this is nice. This is an appropriate term. Trying to be successful. Yes, I understand what you're trying to say. Okay, they're saying this is from 8 Inspiring Leaders, but this is from University of Irvine. This is school. I don't want to hear from school guys. See, here we go again. Confidence, persistence, organization, getting along, emotional resilience. Okay, you guys are going to have to chime in. Let me know what you're thinking about these first two things. This one is from the government. It looks like New Zealand, NSW. I think that's New Zealand. Yeah, it is because it's Australia, AU. So NSW's New Zealand government website. This is what they're telling people the keys to success is. Confidence. Okay, I can get with that. Persistence. I can get with that. Organization. Kind of, yes. Get along. Yes. This isn't helping me get there. We need all of this. Yes. But can we get to the stepping stones that's going to be required? I want to hear this. Let's go to 7 steps to success in life. Believe in yourself, which should be on the list. Develop a vision. I'm liking this so far. I'm loving this one so far. Develop good habits. Wait a minute. Show gratitude. Take a chance. That's inherent. Give to others. Take responsibility. This is the Kaiser Law Firm. This is very, very interesting. This is not meet the requirements. 3 rules of success: time, discipline, and patience. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys something right now. This is a problem. I Googled it. What was the Google? This is a problem. What did I Google actually? I can't find it. God dog it. How to be successful is what I Googled. All of these are like, I'm going to tell you something right now. We have successful people here in the house right now. They may look at things a little bit differently because most of us are entrepreneurs. In order to be successful, we have to do something. We have to, like the professor said, first of all, we have to start. Yes, it helps to be passionate. Yes, it helps, but you have to do a lot of things before you even get started. You just can't think stuff up out of thin air and be like, okay, I'm going to go for it because I have passion, because I want to serve people, because I want to help people. You got to have a plan. What happened to the days of you better have a plan? You should have some guide to say, hey, this is what I plan on doing. We can go with the touchy-feely stuff, but let me know what you guys think. This is the stuff that academia does. Those first 3 things is almost like academia. So again, you should have a plan to start out with, even to start this off. That also means you should have done your research. If you're going to be successful, you have to know, if I'm going to be in this genre, like if I want to start a YouTube channel, I should know if I'm trying to really, really make money on this, that means I have to study. Maybe it's thumbnails I need to make better. Maybe it's titles I need to make better. Maybe it's videos, or maybe the equipment that I use needs to be better. What makes these other people get all these views all the time? I would have to study this. If my goal is to be that successful on YouTube, I'm not successful on YouTube. But if I wanted to be more successful, I'm gonna have to study. I just can't wake up and be like, oh yeah, I think it's gonna be, I think I need some confidence. Okay, I'm having confidence. I'm making videos. I'm here. But I understand that. But this stuff that they're giving me, persistence, yes. Okay, how many videos a day? Some people go on. I make one video a week, and I have hundreds of thousands of views. Other people can make 5 videos like me, and they'll never have 100,000 views. Some other people can make one video and get 10,000 views, and they make a video every other day. I can't do that. That won't happen. I can be persistent all I want to. It ain't going to change anything. I have over 1,000 videos. None of my videos in day one have 10,000 views. Let's call it what it is. So all this stuff, organization, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll be here. 4 videos a week, we'll be here. Getting along, yes, we have the SSN Nation, so we get along with people. All right. Emotional resilience, yes, because I realize no matter how many videos I make, I will never have a video that has 5,000 views in one day. It's never happened in 5 years. So let's get real. So yeah, you better have, but that's part of being an entrepreneur. You know you're going to have bumps in the roads. You know you may not win. You know you're going to have to take extra. This stuff right here, this touchy-feely stuff, I get offended by this. Because this stuff right here, if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to have to do more than this. This ain't going to cut it right here. No, this isn't going to cut it. All right. This is definitely not going to cut it. I can now envision, I have Seamless Genius who said, hey, I'm going to do the Airbnb of business. I can see it right now. She came up with the plan. She said, I think I can do this, and this is how I'm going to do it. She laid it out. She said, I'm going to originally she was going to go to school, to the beauty school. Then she was going to get somebody that just came out of school because they might not have their own salon, but they could have their own spot on her kiosk. She was going to charge them rent. They're going to run it themselves. She doesn't have to even be there. They open it, they close it, and then she transformed that into split it in half and now have 2 people, and it's in the same genre or sector, beauty industry. And so she had to have a plan, and she had to figure out all the stuff with it, all that other stuff. We'll deal with that, but she needed the first part first. And she had to figure out how much she was going to make, if it's feasible. And so I'm a little put off by what Google says. This is like a school type thing because she didn't know it's going to work. It's an experiment. She had to take a chance. Her best guesstimate was it's going to be successful. It's going to work. But if 3 to 6 months, it wasn't going to generate what she thought it was going to generate, or somebody said, I'm not going to be here because it's not working for me, then she might have had to pivot and do something else. So all this other stuff about serving and all this top 8 things from this University of California, push the limits. You're not going to be able to push nothing if the sector that she was in had no customers and nobody wanted to re-up their lease. That ain't going to work. Focus. She's focused. That's part of being in the biz. That's just surface level stuff. Focus means it has to lead to action. Be good, and by that I mean damn good. Okay, she's damn good. She's exceptional, but what if you're not? What if you can't do any of the 5 things or 6 things on this list? How are you going to be successful then? Well, okay, we'll use the 5 keys, which is confidence. Some people aren't confident. This is why a lot of people aren't entrepreneurs. They don't want to do investments. They don't want to do their own business. That's fair enough. They say, I'll get a job. I'll work 20 years, 30 years, whatever. That's fine. Persistence, that's always a key. So this here, I will agree with persistence because that's part of it. You always have to keep going. You can't give up. All right? Getting along, you're not going to get along with everybody. As you see, wasted 15 minutes on that cash flow NFT, something that I thought they were doing great for everybody. I'm not getting along with these guys right now because I don't like what they're doing. I I just don't like it, right? So, but that's here nor there. But the point is, 7 simple steps to happiness and success. Now, you throw in happiness, that's a whole nother thing. You want to be successful in happiness, that's fine. But here goes 4 rules. This is interesting. I will have great aim. I will continuously acquire knowledge. I would do hard work. I will perseverance. These are like things that you put on a bulletin board, like for motivational stuff. This isn't for like, I don't agree with some of this. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe some of you agree with some of this that's being said by Google. This is almost like school, where I used to be fed up with my professors. And I'm like, hey, man, I already do business. I don't know what this mumbo jumbo stuff is up here that you're talking about. I said, you haven't even shown anybody how to even start a C corporation or an LLC while we're up in here. And you're talking like this. I said, you haven't even shown that. So I don't understand how you're giving me this motivational type talk, because we can't even get to the motivational part if people aren't even willing to start, because they have a reason to start. But anyhow, maybe somebody has any chiming in on the list. I'm not a big fan of the list that they're giving out, the motivational list, giving this beautification of stuff. It's not that. Business is hard. It's, you have competition. This isn't like all of us can start on YouTube, but not all of us are going to be successful. All of us are going to have different intertwining, different business ideas, different ways of doing their channels. It's all different. I don't even know how many YouTube channels there are right now, maybe millions. Everybody does theirs differently. And then some people work along the same lines. So there you go. He said, Brian P says, Eric, it's like school. Yeah, it looks like school to me, man. That's what it looks like. That's what used to piss me off. You can imagine. I had to go through 2 years of business classes, and this is the kind of stuff they'd be saying. And then they would open up books and they would say, hey, this is what they do. Like I said, this is what Apple does. This is what Hewlett Packard does. And I'm looking at them like, excuse me. Is there anybody in this class that has a company right now besides me? Nobody. Is there anybody in this class that is going to be an Apple or a Hewlett Packard in the next 2 years when you graduate? You're going to have 10,000, 5,000, 2,500, 1,000 employees working for you, and you're going to have a big ass warehouse. Raise your hand. Anybody? So can we please stop with this nonsense in here, please? You're not going to have a president. You're not going to have a CEO. You're not going to have a vice president. You're not going to have 5 vice presidents on your staff. You're not going to have 5 secretaries. Come on, stop all this. Let's get to real life, shall we? It used to irritate me. That's why I get upset, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is my upset night. Tonight is the one where you're punching the air like, come on. All right, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, because we got to get back to how to be successful. Passion is one of it. The burning, the fire, all that is instinctively in you. If you're going to do something, look here, Victor Marrero's out here. He's sitting there saying, hey, I'm going to learn about he's not doing options trading. He's saying he's doing the calls and the puts, and he's doing it a certain way. He's saying that's what he's doing. How's he going to be successful? He's not going to be able to sit there and use this softy, lovey stuff. He actually had to put in work now over the last week or two. He might have been doing work for the last 3 weeks. He mentioned it like a week ago. He might have been putting in work for 2, 3, 4 weeks. And even then he's saying, I'm not going to drop a dime until I feel comfortable. How's he going to be successful? What's it going to look like if he goes, I'm confident, I'm just going to keep doing it? I mean, what are we talking about here? No, he should be studying his craft. He should be understanding. That's what everybody should be doing. When I started this video out and we started doing Dominican Republic, we're studying our business that's going to come out in the future. We're studying the trends. We're finding out, did we make a great purchase? Do we make a good purchase? We thought we made a great purchase. We're looking like it's making one. It's looking better as each month goes by. But if all of a sudden we got a report that said, oh, tourism is off 50%. Okay, it's off 50%, but we'll see what happens later. But why is it off 50%? We have to always be studying. We have to be understanding what we're involved in. We can't just sit there and go, okay, we're just going to keep going and keep going and keep going. I personally made a decision when it came to Panorama Gardens. I love Vista Cana, but due to my situation, the way I think with rental spots, I want the most luxurious upscale location that has a different twist. And therefore, I'll always be able to get higher rental value. Yes, I had a penthouse at Panorama inside Vista Cana. It's going to be a luxury type. I don't know how to give them a rating because it's going to have children there. It's going to have a feel of luxury. It's going to have a feel of just cool. But again, nothing wrong with any of that. It's going to be a great rental project for everybody who's going to rent or who's going to live there. But what I wanted was something that happened. Cruise on Land and Larimar, they are making something special. Those are totally different places where when people go visit there, that's going to be a momentum kicker where people are going to be showing it on Instagrams and social medias and being like, nobody else has this. Nobody else has this. And that's what the bragging part's going to be with Vista Cana when they're at their man-made beaches. Only how many people have man-made beaches? I think there's only 5 places in Punta Cana that has man-made beaches. The beach, Vista Cana, Primavera 4, Larimar, Cruise on Land. I think they're the only ones that have man-made beaches. Everybody that's on the beach has the ocean beach, has the real ocean beach, right? So that's a lot of people along that lines up on the beach. Nothing wrong with that. But these projects are where families are going to be, where friends and family are going to hang out, where people from in the neighborhood that's not even staying at the projects are going to come and hang out and use. So that changes things, and it's a little more luxury upscale. So that's what you want. That's what I want. Everybody has their own investment strategies, right? Some people say I'll stay at Vista Cana, right? I actually should. I want to have both, because Vista Cana, after they've made it clear that everything's included except the golf, that changes everything. So now I would have had to pay 133, 135. I think my contract said 10%, not 18. So I would have had to pay 135, 136. I paid the same price for the Larimar. And now I got man-made beaches for 1.8 miles. But Vista Cana has 2 man-made beach areas and more. 2 beach clubs, restaurant, bars, retail. I mean, they got everything going down. So that place, I would have had 2 places potentially at $270. Now, if I go back to Vista Cana, now I'm going to have to pay $170 for the same, similar type property. So those are the things, though. You want to do your investments. You want to invest your way. You want to be successful. You can do it your way. All right. So let's see what we have here. Let's go. Let's go. I wish I was in your class. I would have been cracking up. Rebel. Exactly. Oh, and there's more things to it, because we have to play up. Not only am I a rebel, because you have to play up the other factor. I'm a minority as well. Clearly. I mean, seriously. I'm a minority, and I play basketball. So I got 3 condescending things going on. Like you said, yep, they thought I was a rebel. They thought I played basketball. He knows it all. And they're like, he's a minority too. What the hell does he know? What the frick's going on in here? No, we're going to stay with this book, Eric, the one that says how Hewlett-Packard and IBM and all these guys do their business. I'm like, yeah, well, nobody in here is going to be doing that business. You're crazy. Ain't happening. We just did a survey. Sounds like some people let perfection to become the enemy of good. Got to use trial and error sometimes. Exactly, Professor Auntie Val. Here we have Professor Auntie Val. She started her beachfront Java, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of beachfront Java, everybody go down and show some love, all right? Speaking of that, here's the link. When you check out, There might be a comment section or a promo section. Put in SSN Nation, SSN Fam, just so she knows you're part of it, because after you make your first order of Beachfront Java, every order thereafter, 10% off. All right. So just keep that in mind. 10% off for every future order. And for all of you who have already ordered, you get your 10% off for life. That's right. Everybody that already ordered in the month of June, when we first started out and she first started her thing, that's what happens. You go do it. And so how quickly did she get into the groove? She started with maybe, I'll say 5 or 6 packets at first. And in fact, why don't I just do this? Because I can't take this. I can't take this stuff that I'm seeing. Beachfront Java. Let's go look at Beachfront Java. Let's see what she's been doing for the last week or two, because this is part of the tenets. She's understanding what her demographics are each time. She has on her website in order to become successful with what you're doing. And she's having premium blends, which actually helps people as well. Okay. So she's having premium blends. We might be having a problem here, ladies and gentlemen. So if I get disconnected, there'll be a reason why. So I'll be right back. If I get disconnected, the gremlins are looking like they're in the system again. Oh, here we go. I'm back. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get. All right. While we're having this minor delay, please smash the like buttons. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. If I get disconnected, I'll be back. It'll be about 1 minute before I can get back in. Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Thank you so much for still being here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about tonight. I got a little upset because of that crappy stuff that I've seen in college, where you're looking around like, dudes, wait, hold on. Like I said, that's one of my little pet peeves about education. And this is why a lot of people, even though they went all the way through college, graduate, they don't feel safe. In other words, they don't feel safe to be an entrepreneur or to start their own business. They feel like, I need to work for somebody else and then see how it goes, when in fact, they could have started something and been successful. So that's why I always talk about this, because it is a mindset. Just like they don't teach people to start a business and do accounting and open a checking account and how to buy real estate and all that type of thing. Same type of thing goes on. All right, that's where you get the link, ladies and gentlemen. You do not get a discount, and I don't know if she still has free shipping, but since I'm at her website, let's go. Stage is still in effect. I don't know if that is in effect, but here we go. Blondes have more fun. I don't remember this one. Central American. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like I had too many gremlins in the system. Sorry, I was talking, didn't realize I was shut down. Eric, it's like school. Wish I was in class. Sounds like some people. You're right, sis. Exactly. Nadine N. Man made beach. Hey, Nadine N. Thank you. This is what I'm saying because I feel the same way. Potentially. Okay, let's start with potential. I safer, cleaner, potentially. I agree about the safer part. The cleaner part is yet to be determined because I think of things in practical ways. How many of you have pools in your backyard? How many of you have pools in your backyard but have trees around your pool area? What happens when the wind blows? What happens when there's a storm? You know where those leaves and little fine whatever particles go down to the bottom. When we have man-made beaches, I'm thinking the stuff from the surrounding area, the winds and the storms, and just naturally a nice day with a mild wind, and some of the particles get into the pool. Some of those little particles that get in the pool are going to be on the bottom. You know what happens when you have a pool. You're going to have a sweeper, right? You have a sweeper on your pool. What are we going to do with these man-made beaches and things like that may only be 6 feet or 7 feet or less or 8 feet deep? And are there going to be a sweeper in there? Is there going to be off limits? How are you going to sweep a quarter of an acre of water? I mean, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, wait, how are we going to clean this thing? I mean, I'm sure there's a way, but that's how I look at it. I'm like thinking practically. So the cleaner part is what I'm waiting to learn more about. That's why I wanted to see what was going to happen at the beach, because it's surrounded by palm trees. There's going to be a storm. Particles are going to get in there, even particles simply by people being on their kayak or, I don't know, windsurfing, maybe. I have no idea. Just little something slips off of whatever you have or wearing, goes to the bottom, whatever. How's that going to get cleaned up on the floor? That's what I want to know. That's a large area in there. As far as I know, there's no way you can get this cleaned up in like 30, 45 minutes. So that's what's going to be very, very interesting. But let's just say everything works perfectly fine. And that's one of the things I like about having a man-made beach or a water area, because it is enclosed. You don't have to worry about the beach, the ocean itself. And you get the clean factor as well. And there's other factors. And I'll use other factors like at the Vista Cana right now. They have Yak Lounge that's there. I like that. You can get something to eat right by there. Okay, every place that has a beach area can have music. But I like it where you have the thing, you can eat right there, you can jump in, you can go home, get your stuff. You're right. I mean, everything's like convenient. That's a cool thing. And so I don't mind. I'm with the daughter. And then, first of all, I'm not even upset by not staying at the beach. So I'm a little different in the first place. I'll stay at the beach or around the beach. I feel cool. It's cool. But at the same time, if there's a man-made beach somewhere or big pool or whatever, I'm cool with that too. I don't get in the water too often anyhow. Very well said, Auntie Val. Exactly. I know what you mean. You're right. Mistakes build character. Exactly. Nothing wrong with falling or failing. Exactly. Because you're supposed to learn from your mistakes. That is the key. Just like Victor Morel's saying, it builds character. It's about how fast you get up, shake it off, and try again, keep going. Now, see, this is how you become successful, ladies and gentlemen. This is the tenets that you need right here. All right. That should have been on Google. All right. This is what should be on Google. Stuff like this, because this right here is action. The action that you do may turn into a problem, may arise because of your action. But what are you going to do after that? Right? Are you going to get up, dust yourself off, and keep going? Yes, that's what you need. Don't give up is one of the tenets of how to be successful. Also, being humble enough to learn from the mistake you made. Like the mistake, SSN Lifestyle. I thought it's brilliant. I made a little mistake on what I wanted to do. All right. Nobody got excited as much as me. So we're going to do a little tweak on it. But the same thing is we learn a little bit more and we give something better later. Right. So these are the type of things you have to do. You have to be honest with yourself. You're not going to know everything. Even your partners, even your mentors, whoever you're using with you, you may not know everything. Somebody could be making a comment off the street while you're sitting there eating, saying, hey, I just started this business. I do this. Look at this. And then they say something like, hey, you should think about doing this. And you're like, didn't even think about that. So again, those are some of the tenets. Exactly, Victor Morrell. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Yes, we must feel the sting of failure to grow. Part of that is, like I always say, you're going to fail. But there's a lot of people out here, how to be successful, you have to have blinders on. A lot of people are out here saying, oh my goodness, my first problem came up, I give up. Or my second problem came up. Geez, after the first problem, I solved that. Now the second problem came up. Man, I just give up. No, you won't be successful if that's your thought process. Your thought process should be solve every problem that comes up. Fix it along the way. If you can't fix it, alter. Can't alter, then maybe there's a better way. That's what you have to do when you're trying to be successful. If you think all the people are successful that you think are successful had a clear sailing from 0 to 100, meaning 0 is when you start to 100 where you're successful, you're sadly mistaken. A lot of people on social media has made this living based on, oh, I just started off and it ended up, I came a winner. You can do it too. That's not how it works. Everybody that's successful went through trial and tribulations. All right. Went through failures of some sort or some degree. Some had to start another business. Some had to start another 5. Some had to go through another 10. Some said, hey, I was successful, but time ran out. Like I'm using Airbnb right now. It's like time is running out. There's a problem with it in the United States. Like I told you before, I'm down like 70% in rentals. It's significant. All right. How can I fix it? Well, there's the $1 million question. You're in resort locations. You typically had all these rentals. It's a summer time. Essence Music Festival used to have like 6, 7, 8 rentals. Not anymore. They changed their rules in Louisiana and New Orleans as well with regards to Airbnb. So things have changed. So what do you have to do? You have to change with it. You have to either figure out something new. But right now, it's like in failure mode. And what can you do? You really can't. I can't advertise on Airbnb. But because you own the property doesn't mean you have to only be on Airbnb. So I advertise in other areas, so I get a few more bookings in other areas that aren't on Airbnb, which is fine. But these are the things. You can't just stand pat. You have to figure out where are your other customers in this case, right? So just think about that. But the failure is part of success is something. That is something. You're going to fail. So don't worry about it. Wow, the gremlins are busy tonight, fam. Exactly. You know why? Because we're talking here with entrepreneurs in the house on how to be successful. What is success? Whenever you start giving people the actual real deal instead of that fluffy stuff that I saw on Google, that tends to lead people to believe. And not only that, when you say you're going to help them. So there's somebody right now that's watching this or may watch this later and say, hey, I need a little bit of help. What do you think about this? Can you give me some feedback? So whenever you start putting a group of people together that are successful, have been successful, and can help other people become successful faster, no surprise, gremlins come in the system. Because there's something to be said about success and other people not wanting you to be successful. There's something to that. Nadine in, I have a man-made beach near me. It's a bit different. Yes, let me know what happens. She knows. Let's see what she says. This is interesting. I know they totally empty it after the winter and before the winter of Canada. The one in the Vista Cana, the water is treated before it goes in. That's all I know. Yes, exactly. The one in Vista Cana, exactly right. But what's going to happen when you have 1,000 people a day in there? I mean, that's what could happen. I don't know if it will. But let's just say you had 500 to 1,000 people in there throughout the day. The filtration and all that, I get. But when people are in the sand, this is where the problem comes in. When people are in the sand and then they run into the man-made beach, the sand particles are going to go to the bottom of the man-made beach, right? So how's that going to get cleaned up? And like you said, I don't think they're going to be draining it because that's salt water. They're not going to be draining it. So what are they going to use and what time frame? Are they going to say midnight to 6 a.m. in the morning? They have a skimmer going at the bottom because they're going to need something to get all the particles out. People are going to be in the sand playing volleyball, doing whatever, then jumping in the water, and they're going to bring in something. The trees are blowing, so some of the leaves and things like that's going to come. They're going to be on the bottom. Even if nobody's there at nighttime, something could happen. Leaves will go in the water. It's going to drop to the bottom. So how are they going to clean it? Which is very interesting. I never talked to anybody about it, nor have I ever been by one of the crystal lagoons or anything like that. And I noticed from the videos at the beach, I wanted to see what was going to happen because that's the prototype in our case, right? We're studying. They have leaves in theirs at the beach when they show pictures. And I was like, I know that they're going to have leaves. I want to know how you're going to get the leaves out, right? That's what I want to know. But thank you so much for that, Nadine. And all right, we have the gremlins tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to wrap this up. This has been a sterling conversation for the night. I love that you guys are here. I thank you very much for your input. Everybody watching, I greatly appreciate it from all platforms. Please smash the follow, the like, the member, whatever it may be. Please smash it. Please share the videos. Let people know, because there's some people right now looking at Google going, how to be successful, and that's not plan of action. Those aren't actionary situations on most of them. It's a feel-good thing, like that failure is part of success. People don't realize. They're thinking, oh, I got to go 0 to 100. I'm going to be all good. If I have a problem, I'll just give up, or I'm half in, half out. Can't be half in or half out. You have to be in. All right? So that's what we got to do. All right. Let's wrap this up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you smash the like button. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, you got to find that $sign if you're on mobile. There's a $sign by the chat room. And if you are on tablet, desktop, then unfortunately, I don't know how you find the member link. That'd be greatly appreciated. Subscriber, that would be greatly appreciated. Click the all notification bell. And before we end this, make sure you watch the latest video. If you're into real estate investing or starting a business, you need to watch the latest video I dropped today about the Dominican Republic and breaking tourist records, because you need to put your business in a spot where you don't have to use a whole lot of money to get your cost of acquisition of customers. It makes it a whole lot easier if your cost of acquisition is low. That was the beauty of Airbnb initially. Cost of acquisition was low. 0, damn near. 3% is all it used to cost. Now, if you don't have enough customers and you have to go find some others, maybe you have to throw an ad into Google. Maybe you have to go redo some websites and things like that, spend some more time. There's all kind of options. All right. But that's part of success. You have to adjust along the way. Just because something was good for the first 2 years, 5 years, 10 years doesn't mean it's going to be good even the next 30 days, next month. So that's why you always have to consider adjustments, always have to understand and study, always learn, stay in it. You can't just leave and think everything's going to be fine. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here and the input from everybody. I greatly appreciate it. Nadine N., thank you for that super chat tonight. I humbly appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. Let's see. Actually, Nestor said that they took the water from underneath. I don't know what you mean. You mean at Vista Cana? Yeah, it's piped in from. They have a little pipe in from underneath. He's right. It's salt water. I don't know if it's underneath the I mean, if they dig down deep enough, maybe. But from what I understood, there was a pipe coming in from somewhere that went underground. So maybe it's in within their path or within Vista Cana, or maybe there's another pipe out or in. But that's what I know. They're piping in the salt water. It's actually from the ocean. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was, 15 feet down or 25 feet down and there's salt water under there. That would not surprise me at all. All right. How do we find out about retail location in Larimar? We won't, Vanessa Comagate, unfortunately. It's not available. It's not out yet. That's something we won't know in for another 3-4 months because they haven't even configured or even really, they showed us the renderings, but I don't think they have a layout on how big the spots are or the retail location is for each lease space. I don't think they went that far yet. That's not out. So expect it sometime later this year. But you already know who's going to be the first people because guess what? They're first of all, Larimar is 80% sold except for Horizon. The towers, 1, 2, 3, and 4, they're 80% sold out. Maybe even 90 by now. Because the last time I looked, only 1 bedrooms were left. 1 2-bedroom was left. All the rest were 1 bedrooms. Or you would have had to put 2 1-bedrooms together to create a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom. But there's hardly any units left. So it's getting kind of dicey with that. But I suspect we should know something next month. If not, I'm going to try and get Malky on. Daniel Malky. I'll try to see if he wants to come on probably in about 2 weeks because I wanted to give him a month because remember they started talking about they're going to have their model in June. And I'm like, forget that. That's nice talk. That's just like the talk that Cruise on Land said, we're going to have our model in January. And I was like, that's not going to happen. And I don't think Larimar is going to have their model in July. If they do, then they'll be one of the first ones that did it this fast. Nobody else has ever done a model within a month. It takes a few months. Let's call it what it is. Now, in case you did not see their Oceana project, where I actually I did a video. I'm loving what they did. 3 dump trucks dumping cement, 3 cranes on site. There's no other project that I've seen that have had 3 dump trucks, 3 cranes operating at the same time. They do at Oceana, and Oceana already has 1 building done. And they were already laying foundation already for 2 other pads. So they're running right through it, especially if they have 3 cranes and 3 cement trucks. They're making things happen. So they have the crew, they could actually do something, but we'll find out later. So the answer is we'll know in about, I'm anticipating since he talked about it, I'm pretty sure if they come out with something this month or next month about the lease, because we'll be talking about 2 years, roughly. But 2 years is a long time. But I would imagine if you're smart, you would want to have in 2.5 years, you would want to have everything under order. You would want to know who's going to lease your spot as fast as possible. You don't want to wait till 6 months before you know there's going to be delivery. You want to have all the locations full because you're going to have man-made beaches open to the public. So, yes, I agree with you that we need to know sooner than later. But I could also see a year ahead. I could see that. I could also see even at the end of this year or something, but I don't anticipate them coming up with a plan right now. If they do, that'd be a bonus. But if they don't, I could see where they're going to wait a year and a few months before they actually advertise it, depending on how many spots there are, because we don't know. There could only be 15, 20 spots. I don't know. Or it could be like Lopasan, all-inclusive, that has a whole bunch of boardwalk. They call their boardwalk, which is pretty sweet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here tonight. I love you guys. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you being here, chiming in, helping people, because some people are going to see this on replay. That's going to help out a whole bunch of other people to get on the road to success. So I want to thank you so much for that. And with all that said, as you very well know, make sure you keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.